Hi, guys. I'm going to move that. Whoop. I guess I can't do that if I don't have a picture up yet. Well, hi, guys. Welcome to Sci-Fi Vision presents the Wilderness Shows. Scarlet should be along in a few minutes. She's clearly not here yet, but I guess I can entertain you for a few minutes. Hopefully she'll be showing up. Hi, guys. Thanks for being with me. But if you haven't, please make sure that you like Sci-Fi Vision and subscribe, or would like this video, subscribe to Sci-Fi Vision on YouTube and check out all our videos on the video tab and our previous lives on the live tab. I do need to add this week's to the playlist though. But also we have special guest Vanessa Prasad, who plays Jen, is coming on the 27th. That's Thursday, I think. I have to look at the calendar. I'm like pulling it off the top of my mind. Yeah, on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. She's going to be a special guest. So make sure you come for our Yellowjackets discussion with her. And hopefully we'll have more guests in the future. And then, of course, on Tuesdays, we have our Roundup show, which this week will be, let's see, Reacher, Wheel of Time, Daredevil, 9 Bodies in a Mexican Morgue. I don't know, whatever else is on. And yes, I would like Britt Lauer to come on too. That would be awesome. But hey, got to tell her that. There we go. Good. Scarlett's here. Hello. Let me there we go. Let's do it like that. Hi.
Hi. I couldn't. The other link sent me to something that had already ended.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, you got it. So that's what matters.
Yep.
I'm gonna share my image here. I gotta wait 1 second. It's not the best, but I at least have an overlay there that I think that looks a little bit better. At least it doesn't have those stupid bars I can't stand. But anyway, so what?
Yeah, I was gonna say the first 15 minutes of this I could show my boyfriend or anybody else that hasn't seen Yellowjackets at all, and they would get the story.
Yeah, you pretty much could. You're right. I hadn't even thought of that, but you're definitely right. Did you like this episode? What did you think of it?
I love this episode, and not only because Joe McHale was on it, but I loved it for other reasons.
I was gonna say, I guess I know the answer to that. Don't need to ask.
I'm so glad he didn't die in this episode, so I can see him in the next episode.
Yeah. I mean, who knows how long he's going to last. But yeah, I think it was a good episode, partially just because of the way the last one ended. It's like you were waiting to see, what came next. But I like the way that they did it. I still don't necessarily know that all the 3 of these people are going to die, regardless of what they said. Like you keep telling me they're unreliable narrators, which is totally true. Mm-hmm. But also, I'm wondering by the bag with the fake name, or well, not necessarily fake name, not his name on it, but we'll talk a little bit more about that.
Oh, Eric Chong.
Yes. Yeah. Which we can talk about.
I gotta run up and get my notes really quick. I realize they're not down here. Hold on for a second.
That's okay.
30 seconds.
Okay, go for it. And Justin, all those people would be very great to have on. I would love to have them on. You got to tell them come on. I've been trying to get other Yellowjackets people. I'm still working on it. I have talked to both Ella Purnell and Deachin though before in the past, not for this, or I should say not for this or Severance. Deachin wasn't in this, but yeah, that would be cool. Oh, and I was reading much older sense. Guys are talking about Severance too. This is for Yellowjackets. No, I'm just teasing. I'm sad that that's done. But for anybody who did miss it, we had Mark Geller, who played Kier, on our show last night, which you can still find under our live tab if you missed it. Although the beginning, the audio is kind of bad. For those of you who are here, you know it. We had some audio issues and appreciate everybody hanging around, but we did get it fixed at some point, probably 3/4 through the interview, but we have our breakdown after that, and it came out that way. At least you can hear it after that. Yeah, that's okay, Doc. I was going to say, we do watch, for those of you who don't know, please join Discord, which is linked in the chat. We do watch parties every Thursday night at midnight when Yellowjackets drops, and Sunday night before this live stream, we do a watch party. And then we do some other watch parties during the week too, where you're going to be doing one for Awake. And I'm not sure what else. We're still discussing. Are you back? Do you have your notes?
Back.
You are back. Okay, good. All right. Oh, that was you. I was going to say I just got a message. That's you saying you're here. Okay. That was behind. My messages are clearly not beeping when they're supposed to. But clearly we start out in the episode 3 days earlier. I made sure I got each of those title cards there, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to start earlier. I guess I expected it to start where it ended.
No, yeah, I did too. I like that they did it. I don't know that it was necessary, but I liked it. But I
Oh, it
did
was
want to
completely
ask.
necessary.
Well, yeah, you like Joe McHale, but no, I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you though, because you had mentioned it before. Did you by chance find out how long the episode was minus the scenes from the present? Because I know you had said, which I really thought was such a great idea, that maybe it was in real time of the recording, but
Yeah.
I mean the episode's like almost an hour, but if you take out all the scenes from the present, it could be close to the time on the tape. I don't know.
I don't
I'm
know. I'm
curious.
confused. I'm confused by the whole tape thing, quite honestly, because it only seems like they even play a snippet of it. They don't even play the whole thing when they're in the car, which is weird. But then Kelly's phone says it's been 43 minutes, so were they just him hawing in the car? I don't really get it, because they
Yeah.
just met Shauna just coming out of the hotel, so she didn't take that much time to get there and get back. I'm very confused, like why it's 43 minutes, why they didn't play the whole tape to Van and Ty when they were in there.
Yeah, the only thing I can think is they only played the beginning and they knew what happened, so they turned it off. But yes, I
Mhm.
agree with you. That part is kind of not really explained. They should
Or
have
they
had the
would just out
volume
of curiosity
further.
want to hear the whole tape to see what was on it, if there was anything worse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, the only thing I can think is it maybe like it was triggering of what happened and they didn't want to relive it. But I would
Yeah.
still think the normal thing to do would be at least to fast forward to the end of it if you didn't listen to it. And we didn't
Hmm.
hear anything except the very beginning. So I definitely agree with that. Fletcher says Kelly didn't get the whole tape on that recording. They only heard 40 minutes. Shauna later hears the rest of it. Yeah, but the problem is what they played in the car seemed to be the beginning of the recording.
It seemed real short, was what we're saying,
Yeah,
Fletch.
like they didn't play something else showing us that 40 minutes passed. I think it's just the way
Mhm.
that they filmed it though, honestly,
Well, there
more than
was a
anything.
theory that there's DATs out there that are only 14, 15 minutes long. So I was like, okay, well, maybe that was the whole tape and they were just talking the rest of the time in the car. But then obviously on minute 14, that's when Hannah starts talking about her, teen baby and everything, her teen pregnancy. So
Yeah.
it goes past that amount of time.
Yeah, I think they just didn't show it. I just don't
Yeah.
like the way they clipped it together.
Hmm.
But by the way, did she ever say it was a daughter? She said her kid, and she said Alex. Why did
Yeah.
Shauna? I don't know if that was just like a continuity error or Shauna assumed, because I don't know why you would assume
No,
Alex was a daughter.
Shauna found out through researching it, I think.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that does make sense. I was gonna say, like, how did she know from that? But
Or
you're
there
right.
could be more. We don't know how, like they said, Jen and Melissa got close to Hannah too. I mean, there's parts of the story we don't know here.
Yeah.
Somebody could
Yeah.
have known that, like she told somebody that I don't
Yeah.
know. So maybe somebody got a vibe. I don't know. It's
Well,
hard to
no, but
say.
you
It's
probably
like
it
a
might have been
mystery
when
part.
she Googled it. You could be right. I wasn't
Yeah, well,
thinking
she
about
was looking
that.
up the obituary and then she was
And
looking
then
up.
she said she looked up birth
Yeah, she
certificates.
did some research
Chris
on
said I thought the DAT stood for Don't Anger Ty.
it. It could.
It could. And Fletch said Alex might end up being Walter and Hillary actress might be adult Melissa. I think we've had this conversation.
Mhm.
There is somebody named Alex though in this episode that we're assuming is the person that opens the window at the very end. So
Played by J. Lee Hamidi.
yeah. So it's
Pretty
kind of
well known
unlikely
actress, been
that,
in a lot of stuff.
yeah. So it's kind of unlikely that Alex is anybody other than the actress that's
Mhm.
listed as Alex. But
Some people are getting really excited though because they're like, "Oh my god, I can't wait till Shauna talks to Hillary Swank." I'm
well, I
like, "You're
still
gonna
think he's
be
going to talk to Hillary
disappointed."
Swank, but it might not be her. Says there's a theory
Yeah,
that Alex is Walter. He probably adopted after Hannah's death and changed the name. It would explain Walter coming from the Yellowjackets in adult timeline. I just don't think they would have an Alex and a Walter. Although that's not to say she didn't have two kids. I mean, maybe she had twins. I don't know.
her and Edwin had a kid.
Yeah, I don't know.
Her
I
and
honestly don't
Kodiak
know.
had a kid.
Yeah, hey, we don't know. They
Wow.
might survive a bit yet. We don't know. And Justin says, I jumped when Ben's severed head was in the tree stump. I just thought it was hilarious when he's like, what the fuck? Because that's what everybody was thinking at that moment. Like, what is going on? So
And Nelson Franklin had one of the best line deliveries I've ever seen.
yeah, he did. He did. Let's see. Jason said it looked like the teen pregnancy section was at the 14-15 mark. I did not listen that closely, but you could be right.
Yeah, you just see a shot of it, and it's like 14 and some change on the recorder when Sean is playing it.
Yeah. I just didn't pay attention to the numbers, but I probably should have. I didn't think about it.
But there's a little bit more than that, so it can't be really the standard 15 or just click off.
Yeah. And yes, we watched the preview at the watch party. Let's see. I'm clicking I forgot. I gotta get you into StreamYard so you can help me click the chat things. We need to do that before Thursday. I apologize. I know I told you we would. I forgot all about it. My brain is not with it, but we need to take care of that before Thursday.
Oh, wait, the sweet power.
Yes, you can help me. It's because it's hard to talk and read my recap and click the pictures and click the chat
and put up the chat. Yes.
Yes, it gets hard to do. But anyway, so this episode has a lot of frogs.
I love this frog.
I like frogs. I've always liked frogs. I think they're cute.
Sexy frogs.
And these are
frogs getting up to sexy times.
Yeah, and these are called, I have Arctic banshee frogs. So I'm assuming that this is the whole idea of that's what's been making those screechy noises.
Made up species, I guess.
Oh, is it? I assumed it was real.
There are like banshee frogs, but I don't think they're Native American. Like they're not.
Maybe that's why they're Arctic. Although I don't know why Arctic would make.
Yeah. I mean, there's things like I have in my picture here a boreal chorus frog that's Canadian, but it doesn't make half the racket that these frogs are making. But the frogs are CGI for the most part. So.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm not sure I wasn't sure if they're real or not. This frog kind of looks real, but yet its skin
it looks really good until it blows up,
and it doesn't look so real.
Yeah,
but. Either way, there's lots of frogs having lots of sex.
That's a frog orgy. Yeah, there's one that's like a throuple too, which I thought was interesting. There's like 3 piled up on each other.
Oh my god, you're right. It's hard. That might be behind it. It's hard to tell, but that's funny.
Yeah.
It also might be I'm trying to think. Is there a reference? I don't know if there's really a throuple in this. I think I'm thinking of Severance. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's maybe in the back. You can see it. You can see it to the right.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it represents like Shauna, Jeff, and Jackie.
Maybe.
I don't know what the heck that means, Justin. I said there are humans attracted to frogs. Okay, that I've not heard of. I think frogs
like Kermit.
Yeah, like Kermit, but I think that's as far as we'll go.
Yeah, I think the frog in the jar is a real frog. The one that Van releases. The only actor frog, and then Nelson and Ashley are kind of holding it in their hands. I think that's a real frog, but I think the rest of them. This frog orgy here is just imagined by someone.
Yeah, colorful.
Your imagination
too. But yeah, Misha says she's totally right. It would be hard to get all of them.
Yeah, to smash on you.
That would be funny though to try.
Genius.
Jamie's not a crazy Natalie and Scarlet. Is not crazy Jackie. Okay, sorry. Got it. I was trying to read it, trying to figure it out. All right, so let's see. So there I don't know why I really needed close-up pictures of the frog.
Well, that's a really good picture, Jamie.
It is a good picture though.
Ooh.
She looks upset, doesn't she? I don't know if she's supposed to be moved. Maybe.
No, because it's so beautiful. It's the most beautiful noise she's ever heard. Are these frogs smashing?
I guess so. It's just quite weird, but
Yeah, the heart wants what a heart wants, as Joel says.
Yeah, although I'm assuming he meant between them, but
I don't know.
I love that he's laughing though. He thinks it's funny. I don't know, but she seemed to be, I guess, enjoying it. To me, she looked grossed out, but I don't. I think
I thought she was moved.
Yeah, I agree. But it does kind of make her look. Maybe the actress was grossed out. I don't know.
I mean, you could say the heart wants what it wants, and then it could be her listening to the frogs, Ashley and Nelson here having their relationship, and then Kodiak being part of like catching the eye of Hannah. I should call him Hannah, not Ashley.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
it'd
the
be
eye
the
of
frog,
Hannah.
three frogs. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does, but he does. Yeah, he does say the heart wants what the heart wants.
Mhm.
I assumed he meant them being an odd couple, but hey, you're right. He could mean that.
And we
But
got Jim McHale, so
yes, we got
exciting.
Jim Hill. So that's Kodiak, and then the other ones would be
Kodiak. Did
Hannah
they
and
name him? Did they name him that because of the bear?
I think maybe, but I have when we get to the thing about the backpack, I have some thoughts on that. But let's get
Okay,
that part
because
because
he's
there's
cooking in it too, and I thought maybe it was a reference. I haven't seen
yeah,
it.
I think it definitely could be a reference to the bear. So let's see. They're looking and listening, and
Do
she
you think that could be also a reference to Akila's vision about the bear?
that's what I thought you meant.
Okay, no, I
Well,
meant
I
the
guess
TV
bear in
show The
general.
Bear that Joe
Oh
McHale's
no, I
in,
haven't seen that, so I don't know that.
because it's about cooking too, and he cooks the rabbit. So I was like, kind of trying to gauge your thoughts on.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't seen that, so I don't know. Misha says she thinks he named him that himself. I think it might be a nickname, which is kind of funny. I think there's a good chance it is. But anyway, he's their guide, and there's some stuff about him complaining that Edwin's complaining about hiking. It's not really important stuff. But then Kodiak pulls out his crossbow here at one of these pictures I have while they're okay 2 days earlier. I guess it's 2 days earlier first. Sorry, I skipped the 2 days earlier part, but now we're 2 days before the whole incident. We'll call it the incident, and so she's still listening, I guess. I
She
would think
loves
she's
it. It's so
bored by
beautiful.
then. Yeah,
It's the
that's where
most
she's
beautiful
the
song she's ever
beautiful thing
heard.
she's ever
The
heard.
frog
Yeah,
mating.
yeah, yeah. And then Kodiak comes out holding the crossbow. There we go. There's the crossbow. And Hannah asks how he thinks he got the scars. She asks Edwin. And you can see he's got like these gnarly scars on his neck. And he says they're from Sasquatch, which I kind of doubt. They make
No.
and he does say there's a couple references that make me think I don't know if they mean anything or they're referencing just the show in general, because he says like you'd be surprised how many things out there can kill a man. And then he shoots the bow to hit this rabbit, and he almost hits Edwin when he does this.
But then there's a kind of another meta reference where he says, you almost shot my ear off."
Yes, that was what I was going to
Okay.
mention.
Did you get that?
So yeah, he's like, yeah, and of course that's the reference to
I like Jackie.
But he says he was shooting the rabbit in the heart, basically. And he starts cooking the meat here somewhere. I took, I think, a lot more pictures this time, probably more than I needed to. Sorry. And Edwin is looking at his toe. I guess he wore shoes that were too small, is what I got out of it. But he's cooking the meat, and he says, "I call this dish Peter."
The wilderness provides.
The wilderness provides. Yeah, I was thinking that would have worked for a title there too. But let's see. She gives him a bandage. There's like some little things that aren't super important here, and she brings over the bowl, or well, he asked for plates. She brings bowls and silverware, and she watches him when he takes his shirt off, and it's
I know what she tries.
And Edwin's just like so annoyed. I don't know if they were like dating together. He just likes her. It wasn't super clear, but clearly
well, they're kind of laying on each other in the tent scene, so I assume they're going out together. And she calls him babe.
Yeah, so I kind of assumed that they were a couple. So yeah, she's not acting so nice though.
But the heart wants what the heart wants, and we're out in the wilderness. You know.
Yeah, she's still flirting with him. But at any rate, he tells him he's going to run to eat the food, and he says he has a candy bar he doesn't need to, and he says that he'll run out eventually. And then he makes a comment that the other team hit a stash somewhere, which we are to assume is what Coach Ben found before, that thing in the box in the pit.
KUH.
Yeah, KUH.
Keene University Heptology, right?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there
Or
it is.
herpetology.
Yeah, I didn't write it down, so I don't know. One day
Yeah.
earlier. Let's see. Yeah,
Oh, did
sorry.
you get the rain joke in there, or is that before the rain joke?
The rain joke I think is after
Okay.
this. Sorry to do that. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Edwin is Edwin's yelling at him because he starts putting the equipment away, and he's like yelling at him to be careful, and he says, "It's gonna rain. I didn't think you'd want your stuff getting wet." Now,
Your
what were you
wobbly
meaning
knobs. So you say
specifically?
like your wiggly knobs, and I
Yeah,
can't
he
remember
said,
exactly like
um,
what your knobs and whittly bits or wiggly bits.
something like that. Yeah. Which it could have meant that too. I remember thinking that maybe it meant something else, but I can't remember what I was at the time thinking. But at any rate, he was putting it away. He just should be glad he was being nice and putting it away, you know? But he said there's no clouds. He doesn't know why he's saying it's going to rain. And then, of course, there goes the thunder and it's storming all of a sudden. Alston, he said she was teary eyed about the frogs banging. She was, I think. Whirly bits. Lola says it was whirly bits. It was
Whirly
something
bits.
more than whirly bits, I think.
Yeah, like wet knobs and whirly bits or something like that.
Yeah, something to that effect. I thought I had. Yeah, I think some of this I was scanning through the chat. I had the things I had marked, I think, are for a little bit later. We'll get to the rest of the stuff in the chat. But they go in the tent.
That's a pretty good joke, I'm gonna say.
Yeah. He's measuring the frog in the jar, and the two of them are playing cards. I wish they would have shown their hands. I was like, what cards do they have? Because that could be super important, right? But
Denied.
but we don't get to see it. But this is where she asks if his parents named him after the bear, and he says after chewing tobacco. I tend to think it was more likely a nickname.
Yeah, I don't think it's his real name.
I don't think it's his real name, but whether the other name is his real name remains to be seen. But he does tell her. Yeah, I don't think it's Eric either. But yeah, whenever you said the Kodiak, I assumed you meant, like I said, the bear in Akila's vision. And you know, we find out later, like they're telling him to take him home. There's a possibility, like that somehow maybe she gets out with him. Maybe, you know, who knows? But
if I would, if I had that choice, that Travis.
Yeah, I know. Travis was pretty smart saying that, but I'm assuming Travis goes home with the rest of them. But I definitely think that it could be the three-eyed bear. I would agree with that. Let's see. He says about that he followed a buck into the woods, and with his bone, he never came out. She questions because he's not answering her at all, really. And she asked how he got involved with them because he doesn't seem the type to have found their project on GeoCities. That made me feel really, really old.
At least he said Geo what?
Yeah, as I say, I had many a GeoCities website back then. So
they're so lovely.
Yes. Well, hey, it was free. You can't even get free now, right? But he lies and says he's a frog expert. And this is where I think his conversation is really interesting. And I think could be taken a couple ways, but he says that the story about the frogs who are looking for a leader, Zeus got the log, they're sitting on it, bitching like we need a real king, someone who takes action. So Zeus was like, fine, and got them a heron, and then the heron ate them. Now, I think that could be, they all met in a Prodigy chat room. I remember Prodigy. I don't know if Scarlet, I don't know if you had internet stuff back then, but I don't know if you're old enough to remember Prodigy. Oh, you do? Okay. I was gonna say that was our first internet we had with Prodigy. I remember that. You had animations and email, and that was about it.
Yeah. I have some stuff to say about this fable too.
About all the fable, yeah. Well, I didn't know. I mean, it could just mean simply that the leader ends up eating people, and it's referencing the girl, but I kind of wondered if there's any possibility that's hinting that he could become their leader and that he could be Antler King. I don't know that's the case, but it could be hinting at that. I don't know. What do you think it means?
Well, the original title of the fable is The Frogs Who Desired a King. It's an Aesop fable. It's 44 in the Perry Index. So for you Perry Index lovers, there's your info. And it is a simple tale of the frogs that wanted a king. Zeus throws a log in the lake and it splashes, and they get on the log. But But now they're complaining that they want a better king that takes action. So he sends either a water snake or a heron to the frogs, which both of them eat the frogs. But I was thinking first off here that, okay, there's a log and a heron, so we have leaders here. So first off, before I get to that, I took it summarized it by people feel the need of laws but are important, a personal restraint, and mobs are uneasy without a ruler.
Yeah.
Applied it to Yellowjackets, and I thought, so does that mean the log was Lottie and the heron was Nat? Or is the log Nat and the heron is Shauna?
Okay, I didn't go quite that far, but even listening to what you were saying though, see, he didn't mention about they got a leader and they wanted a better leader. That makes me think of Nat.
Well, he's referencing this tale.
Yeah, well, it makes me think of Nat, and then they weren't satisfied, so they got Shauna, but Shauna kills people,
Will eat them.
Early, yeah. So I think that it definitely could be talking about that, or like I said, could it be foreshadowing something else? I don't know, but we have said before maybe everybody would die. We don't know, so yeah. I mean, I don't know that she's going to literally eat them all, but you know,
But apparently it's a really popular fable and it's referenced in a lot of things.
Well, it makes a lot of sense here. I think it was cool that they included it. Let's see. He admits he doesn't know anything about frogs except they're delicious. And I don't know. That's why I wonder too. Like, is it possible he could even just become one of them and start eating people? I don't know. Maybe they need some adult supervision. I don't know. But he does say he knows.
They need a cabin daddy, and Joe McHale's
cabin daddy.
But there's not a cabin anymore.
Yeah.
A village daddy. Your daddy. Who's your daddy?
But he says that he does know about horticulture because he has his marijuana joint. And it's pine flavored.
It's like pine. Sounds gross.
Yeah. And he's like, Edgar, do you want to join us? Knowing his name's Edmund. And then I've written down Fly by Sugar Ray plays. I like that song. And then I was kind of surprised that Edwin was smoking it, though. I don't know why. I just figured he wouldn't have been, but he took part too. And then they talk about how the frogs stay frozen for 7 years and then thaw out to have a summer-long frog orgy. And they talk about the mating.
Yeah, but I like it when he says, "You two are real perverts."
Yeah, and he's like, no,
just her, just her. I used to study frog secretions. I mean, he isn't helping himself.
So much better, right? Let's see. Yeah. Hold on, I gotta scan through here. Some people, she says that some people from the university came out years ago, but this is where she names it. The Arctic banshee frog was never recorded before, and it won't be again unless the rain lets up. And she asks him when the rain's going to stop, and he says nobody can predict the future. And then Edwin pulls out the sat phone and says they can call Mrs. Cleo, and they reference 900 numbers from psychics. They don't really have those now like they used to quite. But they're fooling around. She's grabbing the phone, pretending she's going to dial. He's flipping out. Kodiak tries to grab it, and then she falls on top of the phone and breaks.
Yeah, but my favorite joke of the scene is the Miss Cody 900 line joke.
Yeah, he says something like, "My future."
When she picks it up and says, "Oh, we can figure out the Mrs. Cody," and he says, "Mrs. Cody is already operating another one of those 900 lines."
Yeah, definitely. Call me Mrs. Cleo. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. Yeah, I'm not sure why I mean, I know he didn't like him because he was flirting with his girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
But he blamed him for breaking the radio. She's the one that broke the radio. So I don't know how he would think he purposely broke it, but there you go. but
then it's the the lines we lost our lifeline.
and he's
I
like,
am
I'm
your
your
lifeline.
lifeline. Yeah.
Yeah.
He thinks he's all tough.
Badass.
Yeah. But on it, did I skip the day thing or is it not yet? I guess somewhere here. I thought it was right here. I don't know. Maybe it's not. I swear I got a picture, but it says the day of, and he's arguing, saying that
Oh, is there a 10 of diamonds? I cited that there was
the
a 10
wrong
of
way.
diamonds somewhere in one of these pictures. 10 of diamonds.
I don't remember seeing a card other than they were playing cards and it didn't show what
Yeah,
it
when
was.
they played the cards, there was definitely a clear one of the cards was sitting on the machine or something, and it was a 10 of diamonds. And I was going to look up that later to see if it was significance.
Well, it's possible that like I couldn't get that frame and I missed it. I didn't see it. What did you look up what that can mean or?
Oh, I just wanted to know if it was one of the cards one of the other girls picked when they went around. They went round cards, or
you'd have to refer to.
Well, diamonds is a positive suit. I could kind of just do what I know of tarot and reading regular playing cards. It's a positive suit. 10 is usually like prosperity. It's usually a prosperity except for spades. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think they're going to be very prosperous though.
Yeah.
The episodes, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it. But Edwin is complaining that they're going the wrong way and that he's evasive and that he's just being paranoid. And he says she's smitten with him. And she just kind of ignores him and tells him to look out for streams. She's hoping for some hatching tadpoles. And then, you know what? I don't think I got a picture of the tree here. I don't know why, but I totally missed it for some reason. But they show the tree that has the symbol on it. And no, I did not. I don't know why. I must have, when I was going through, I didn't think about it and I didn't catch it. It kind of depends, what frame it lands on. It's really hard to like rewind and fast forward unless you're going frame by frame, and it takes so long. It's hard sometimes to do that. But it shows the symbol of what do you call that symbol other than the Yellowjacket symbol? Is there a name for it?
I don't know. I mean, it was a lot of these cult symbols as well. I don't know. Nobody does it have a name.
I just wondered if it did.
I did look up the 10 of diamonds. It says the 10 of diamonds likes to stand well in the world and wants their surroundings to give evidence of prosperity. The positive have a strong sense of universal obligation and enjoy shining their spotlight of success on those less fortunate. There you go.
That's interesting though, because I don't, like I said, I don't think they're going to have a good time, but I don't know. Jason says we know why the compass is unreliable out there. Was it showing the compass not working? It was not totally clear to me.
Yeah, the needle was moving around.
Yeah, so
the compass needle is moving around like when they were at that river in season
okay,
1.
that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, so it's not going to tell them necessarily the right thing. That could be why they get lost too. And yeah, Chris, you're right. We should just say the wilderness symbol. That works for me. Wilderness symbol, the Yellowjacket symbol, it all works.
I have a necklace of it at, upstairs.
I know. I was thinking of ordering one. I saw that on Paramount. They had it. Lola says, I love how Hannah's wearing purple like in Lottie's community, foreshadowing the fact she integrates herself into the group. That is a good notice that I did not see.
Yeah, I saw it. I was going to mention it later, but it's already been mentioned.
Oh, well, I did not notice that. So good for both of you then. Okay, and that's, wrong thing. That's why he said we're going in the wrong direction. Yeah, I guess I didn't pick up like that. That's why he was mentioning. I mean, I knew he was looking at the compass, but I didn't put two and two together.
Well,
I guess
wrong, like she was smitten with Kodiak.
Yeah. But he was looking at it. But this is where he brings her over his bag and says that it says Eric Chi. Is it Chan's? I'm trying to read that. Chong. I thought that was an S.
Chong.
Yeah, Chong. Now this could be a couple things. I highly doubt that's really his name unless he was adopted. It's possible that like he had a nickname and it's his name, but I think he probably, which is what he's implying, that he took somebody's bag, took his identity, stole his bag, whatever. But it makes me wonder if that's the case. Like whenever later Callie looks up and says, these 3 people disappeared. Could she be talking about somebody with the name Eric Chong that disappeared and like he does get away.
Mm. Like Eric Chung is going to be the original guide.
Right. Like maybe he took his, well, it's possible. It's possible.
And
And
Kodiak took him out and took his place.
yeah, exactly. I was trying to come up with different anagrams, and it does say king, but that was the only thing I could really get out of it. Was it's a Cheerio King or something like that? I think that it said. So I don't know.
What was it? Cherry King?
What's this? Cheerio? Was it Cheerio? I don't remember. Cheers or something King. It didn't make sense, but although if you add Kodiak to it, or I don't remember if I added Kodiak or Cody. I added one of them, and it says recooked King. Which made me laugh, and I thought maybe that's where it is. I think I'm just reaching, but it was funny. But anyway, she says maybe he bought the bag secondhand and tells him to put it back. And then this is when Edwin smells the barbecue, which we know, of course, is Ben being cooked.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Army surplus stores always have like vintage clothing, and Army surplus stores. I've bought things that have people's names in them, like trench coats and things.
Yeah, they could. I don't know. If I bought something and had somebody's name in it, I would personally cover it, but not everybody probably cares enough.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard. I have like a naval sweater that like this basically has the thing written in there real big.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I mean that's definitely a possibility. What she said could be the case. It could be he stole it. Lola says, "I think Eric is cabin dude. Eric is the real guide. Kodiak killed him, or that's Kodiak's real name, and he either is adopted or his father is." I mean, it could definitely be his name, and Kodiak's a nickname, but that seems too. I don't know. That seems too easy. And Justin says, "Will Shauna kill Thais, Savannah, Misty?" I wouldn't be surprised if Shauna killed everybody.
It's the last one standing.
Yeah, hey, it could be, right?
I think the man with no eyes is going to be the last person standing.
He did say they all get eaten. Misha said Edgar is just all kinds of threatened by Kodiak. I'm not sure if she's calling him Edgar to be funny or miss the fact his name's Edgar. It's not really Edgar, but that might be.
I think it's funny.
No, I know. I meant she probably means as a joke.
Yeah.
And I think all we have left, I think, are the starred ones, which are all I still think. Yeah, that's all but the baby and stuff. Okay, wait. We can go to Fletcher's because we talked about this. Said Kodiak was named after a bear. Last episode, Akila had the vision of the bear. Let's see if it's connected. Yeah, I think that was definitely my thought. Jason had said Kodiak's such a perfect name for a Mikhail character. It is.
Is there any other kind?
That's a good point. Let's see. Wait, Jeff Winger's him, right?
Jeff Winger?
I don't remember their names. You told me. Is that Edwin?
Oh, Nelson Franklin?
No. Well, then who's Jeff?
I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't know. Sam said I think Jeff Winger lived and try to expose the Yellowjackets. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is, Sam.
You mean Jeff?
I don't know. I don't remember
Shauna's
names.
Husband?
Yeah, unless he meant Jeff. I don't know. I don't remember characters' names on the best of days. So.
Well, the only Jeff I know is Jeff.
That's what I thought of. That's what I thought of
Shauna's
too.
Jeff.
I don't know. And then the rest is about the baby. We'll go back to that. Jeff Wing. Oh, it's his character from Community.
Oh, okay. That sounded familiar to me, but I haven't seen Community in such a long time.
See, I haven't, so I don't know.
Jeef.
Lola, I watched it. I think once when I did something that I covered it. It wasn't really. I'm not big into comedies. I've said that before. It wasn't really my thing.
It's a shame.
I know him from X-Files. That's all.
He was on X-Files too?
Joel McHale was, the newer X-Files.
He was like the hardest working man in television. He's on Card Sharks. He does Animal Control. He's on here. I see him on The Bear.
It's on a lot at once, right?
He's all over the place. That Crime Scene Confidential or whatever. That
cooking show. Yeah, I did watch one of those.
Yeah.
I forgot about that show. I tried to get an interview. I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm telling you I did.
What a bummer. My heart's broken.
Well, I like cooking shows too, so I did want to do it, but no, it didn't work Lola says, I think both Van and Ty die. Van kills Ty to stop her from killing people to save her, and Van succumbs to the cancer. I do think there's a big possibility everybody's going to die.
I think Ty's gonna kill that devil guy that was next to her in the ER. The one that was going on about the devil's call.
Yeah, definitely. And Cyborg Queen says hi, thank you just for dropping in, even is good. But she says especially to you that it's been 10 long minutes since she talked to you. That she says
hi. I went over and said hi.
So you can see the chat, can't you? You can see the chat. You just can't edit the chat, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, but it's also sometimes hard to see it just on the iPad.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I thought you could, but I'll read it. But no, yes. Well, hi. Thank you for.
Yeah, I can't highlight it. It gives me a tease that I can, but I can't.
I know the iPad. When I'm on the iPad and I try to run it, they disappear after a certain point. You can't get them back. I hate that. That's why I try to sit on the computer until my back kills me too bad.
But thanks everybody at Cyber Queen Media.
Yeah. You know, I notice when I say it, it sounds like I'm saying cyborg. I don't pronounce it all the way. I say it fast. Yeah. I noticed that. Cyborg Queen. But hello. Thank you for dropping by. And if people don't know, we did a mutual Yellowjackets show the other week, which is, of course, still in our live tab. If you missed it, you can check out the show that we did together. That was fun. That was a long night. I think we stayed pretty late, though, that night after that. Ended up a longer conversation. Let's see. I lost where I was at now. Okay. Hold on one second. Let me go back to the pictures. Okay. So Edwin smells something, and that's when he smells the barbecue of Coach. And he wants to go check it out because there's strength in numbers. And Cody, the smart one's like, I wouldn't recommend it this far from civilization.
It's a bad idea.
He doesn't listen, but at least he does grab his bow and follow them. Oh, there's one of the anagrams I had. Higher cooked king when I added Cody to it.
I like O King Cheer myself.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I don't know. When I saw King and I was thinking about the story he was telling about the king.
Yeah.
That's why I thought of it. So they come to the clearing in the woods where the girls are yelling. Hannah's turning on the recorder. And
really bad at it.
Yeah. Really bad at it. You're right. But there she's.
Yeah, they kind of did something in post where it doesn't really look like she's saying the words when it comes back up to her face.
Yeah. Well, they ADR stuff all the time.
Yeah. We'll fix it in post is what I've heard a lot when I'm doing short films.
Hey, Lori. I don't know if I said that. I call people by their real names. I do that instead
of their
handles. I do it automatically, and I'm like,
we're all friends here.
Yeah, we're all friends here. So hello, thank you for joining us. At any rate, so he goes closer. Lottie starts screaming, no, and we don't know why, but he's just like, oh, hello, and then he sees the head, and that's when he says, what the fuck. And Van's response, who to me was the only smart one that thought, I love Natalie's face. Look at Natalie's face. She's like, what the? That's her WTF face, right? And Van, okay, there's the head. And then somewhere here I have a picture of Van where she says, we're going to go home, which I think was the smartest thing, is realizing that is a possibility.
Well, it was more clearly a possibility because Misty was like, he died of natural causes with the head. And I thought, well, they could talk that out.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, as I said last week, I think that a lot of the things could be fixed, and I don't think they would go to prison or anything like that because they are mentally, unstable. They've been living there. They've been starving. They could probably get away with it, but they're not going to think it through. They're teenagers. And either way, if I was any one of those girls, I would be like, Lottie's insane. Take me home. I don't want to be around her.
Yeah, and we don't really know what happens to Lottie in the 1998. I mean, there was a little flash of her getting mental, at a mental hospital. Yeah. But we don't know if she went there because they said, hey, she put an axe in somebody's head.
Yeah, we don't. That's true. But he starts saying something, and this is where I said to you,
Hmm.
oh, that's where Misty, not Mandy, Misty,
Hmm.
thinks fast and says that Coach died of
Hmm.
natural causes. I appreciate you did that. But that's
Hmm.
where Edwin says something, and he says, it sounds to me
Hmm.
like he's realizing. I thought he was going to say before she killed him, was going
Hmm.
to say something like, you're the missing girls from the plane or
Hmm.
something like that. I know I had told you that. Did you get that impression at all, the way he looked? Because I thought he looked at them like in recognition, like he
Hmm.
knew something,
No,
and then acted him before he could.
the first time I watched it, I thought he just came to the realization they were cannibals.
Well, then
And
you
then
might
when
have
other
bumped that
people
one
brought it
ahead.
up to me, I rewatched it because when this course somebody had asked me, and so I watched it again, and I feel like it could go either way. He could realize they're cannibals. He could realize they're teenage girls and not like feral people. He could
Yeah,
realize that they are the missing girls. I mean, a whole bunch of stuff, and it's not clear because much like From, they have a lot of dot lines.
yeah.
This one
Well, it
doesn't have as
wasn't.
many as From because From has so many.
He seemed. I feel like he seemed a little less frightened when he was saying it. That's why I don't
Hmm.
think it was necessarily "you're cannibals." I took it as
Hmm.
he realized it. I mean, what the rest of that sentence would be, we'll never know,
Hmm. Of
because
course. Here
Lottie,
comes Lottie.
Lottie had him in the head. Wait, I got a picture of that somewhere here.
Hmm.
Oh, that's where Misty says, she's like, he died of natural causes.
Thinking on her feet. I'm gonna give her that.
I give her credit for it. That's where he looks to me like he recognizes who there might be. And
Hmm.
then she comes up behind him and hits him.
Yeah,
And,
I
and
wonder
then,
they
and then
could
he like pulls
because
it
by the
out, which is like the worst thing you could possibly do.
well by the time that this part happened, maybe they had seen something about the missing girls or the coach or something. You know,
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've been gone for what, like a half a year, I guess.
more than a year.
Oh, they've already been gone more than a year. I thought
Yeah,
total.
they're gonna be gone for 19 months.
Right. Oh, so it's
So
already
right
been probably
now
around a year. Yeah.
when it started, they were about 13 months in, and they only have about 3 months left to go because
Okay.
they get rescued in very early 1998, like January 1998.
I see.
So it's like maybe late October now.
Yeah, they did say it was fall or something
Yeah,
like
like Canadian Thanksgiving, October 13th, somewhere around there.
that. Yeah.
So not
Um,
many more months.
yeah. I'm wondering if they're gonna. I mean, we've said before with the name of the episodes, are they gonna have them rescued at the end of the season?
Mhm.
And
Well, I know the showrunners talk about at least having one season post crash, if not two.
yeah, yeah,
And
I could.
you know, teen actors aren't getting any younger.
Yeah, they're in their 30s. I know.
Yeah, exactly. Especially
Yeah,
Travis. I think Travis is like 35, 36 at this point.
yeah. And that reminds me at that Let's Shoot panel thing. For people who don't know, the director. I hate my memory. My memory is like so freaking shot. I joke about it, but it's not funny when I can't think of somebody's name.
Hmm.
Pete Chapman, who did that Let's Shoot panel, I had posted about it on the show.
Hmm.
There was a Yellowjackets conversation with the director, another director, a couple producers, and the one who played young Lottie or teen Lottie and Jeff were there, and they
Hmm.
did like a Q&A. And they were saying, they were talking about not casting real teenagers on purpose, but they were talking about like how Sammy, um, you know, grows.
Yeah.
I just remembered when we were
Like
saying that.
Rose, you said.
Yeah, he grows up because he's,
I
it's
thought
like
you said
tall Walt.
Rose.
No, grows. It's like tall Walt. But anyway, I
Yeah,
was just
yeah,
mentioning
but
that.
like the actor who played Sammy had to keep on putting his head down when he was like with the dog,
Yeah,
like
he's
kind
like
of
all
scrunch
scrunched
up.
up, trying to be a kid again. Yeah,
Yeah.
they have problems when they hire kids. They get older
Hmm.
really quick. But anyway, I was bringing it up because I did forget to mention and should have mentioned that I sent my journalist there who's on the West Coast to the panel, and she covered it and she did a write up and took some pictures. I'm going to be posting hopefully tomorrow, somewhere within the next couple days, but hopefully tomorrow, that'll be on scifivision.com, and people can read about it. I don't know if you could still get the live stream. It was for charity. You had a week to watch it, but I don't know if it's still available or not. But that link is all on the site, so people can can check that out. Thank you, Justin. See a lot of your comments. Let's see. Chris said, hold on, I gotta turn on my air conditioner. I'm like dying. I shouldn't have put on a sweatshirt. Chris said, I love that Van's first reaction was we're going home. I do too. She to me was the only smart one.
Mm-hmm.
He said Shauna has a look of.
And she wants to call her mom. Like later, she wants to call her mom too.
Yeah.
It's like her instinct.
Yeah. I mean, they're kids. They are. It shows that they are. Shauna. It said Shauna had a look of pure hatred on her face. As how dare outsiders infringe on their party. I thought she was at least in this moment where that picture is. I think almost she thought it was funny.
I thought she was kind of twitchy. I thought she was twitchy and ready to stab. Because I have written in my notes, I feel like Shauna, Lottie, and Misty probably don't want to go home.
Yeah.
You know, Misty because she destroyed the black box.
Now I don't know.
Lottie because she's a spiritual leader, and Shauna now because she's the big cheese.
Well, I definitely think Lottie doesn't want to go home.
Yeah.
Misty, we knew, didn't want to go home. I don't know if she would now or not. But I don't know. I took Shauna's reaction like shock but laughing. Like, oh my God, I can't believe she did that. But not like that she cares or like a normal reaction. That's
she's all parts of, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess I wrote my notes too. Lottie, we can't handle crazy right now. I could put that for Shauna too. Shauna, we can't handle crazy right now.
Exactly. Misha says suddenly Lottie becomes a ninja. She does really whack him with that axe, doesn't she?
Yeah, nobody saw that coming.
I definitely did not.
Lottie, put the axe down.
All City says Lottie equals Arya Stark. Again, I have not watched Game of Thrones. Sorry,
I haven't either.
You haven't
Please
either.
explain.
I know it's a character that's from Game of Thrones. That's the extent of what I know.
Does she axe somebody in the head?
Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. There's a lot of violence on that. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Lola says that she's sure they would have heard of the missing Yellowjackets if they were researching the area. They would have heard of it. I think that that's a good possibility. I mean, if they've been gone that long. But yeah, Misha says the opposite. I don't think he necessarily would have known because they aren't from the same area or don't live in Canada. I mean, look, the way that I look at it is when something like that happens, like a plane goes down and like a whole plane goes down and is missing and that many people are maybe dead, especially young girls, like that would have been, I think, all over the national news. I would think that everybody would have heard of it.
Where is Keene University? I don't know if they are Canadian or what state they're from. I don't know where Keene University is.
But still, I would still think that, like, even if you were in the United States, you still would have heard of the tragedy happening. It would have been all over the news, I would think.
But I wonder at this point if people have just given up hope and just say they're dead.
Well, yeah, they definitely would have thought that. That's why I was probably surprised. Let's see. Jason called it her Joker smile. He also said New Jersey. I'm assuming that he's meaning where that university is from. So
okay. I mean, I know the team's from New Jersey, but I didn't know Keene University. I don't know if it's on the obituary. I kind of read the obituary. There's a lot about Frisbee on the obituary.
Yeah, there is a lot. I wonder why the hell they put Frisbee in. Like, who puts Frisbee in something?
It must be some kind of inside joke that the crew have.
But, I love Chris's though. Did Coach's head naturally detach itself from his body? Well,
yes.
I'm sure that they could have said, you know, they were honoring him, or hell, even if they ate him, if they were starving, he died of natural causes. I don't necessarily think that. I mean, not that I would want to partake in eating someone, but I mean, if they were starving, I don't even necessarily think that would be.
Hopefully, as long as they don't look at the bird jail with the pile of food that Coach threw away and the giant fish and all that.
Yeah, true. Misty also makes a point though that this took place in 97, 98, so there wouldn't be as much media. There definitely wouldn't be. But yeah, I don't know.
Online media frenzy.
There wouldn't be as much online, but I would think it would still be splashed across the news.
Yeah, they'd be in People magazine. They'd be in People. They'd be in the Inquirer.
We know it's been in People. We've seen their People magazine that Shauna had or whatever.
Yeah, like those other magazines too, like the ones, the Weekly World News.
Yeah, yeah, I could be there too, right?
Right next to Bad Boy.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, this crazy story is supposed to be true, but we don't know. Lola says it's crazy. The first real smile from Shauna in forever is in response to seeing someone's brain get axed. That is true.
Oh, our
Right.
Shauna.
Yeah. Shauna's the worst.
She is the worst. But I'm getting to feel her a little bit. I'm feeling her a little bit more since she became leader.
Yeah. Hi, AA. I don't think people had the flight plan. I don't know. I guess what I'm saying, I don't know that they necessarily would know these specific girls crashed on a plane. I think that it would just be a possibility of thinking a plane crashed in this area and a bunch of teenage girls went missing. Not that they would necessarily, think of that. And thank you, DJ. Yes, people, please follow us on YouTube and like and subscribe. It is always greatly appreciated. Yes, Jason is saying Keene University is in New Jersey.
Oh, okay. Okay,
So
thanks, Jason.
Thanks. Let's see. AA said Hannah founded her high school frisbee team, and I think she led them to
the Nationals, but didn't crash in the plane getting there.
Yeah.
Good for her.
And yeah, she's right though too. They aren't in the area they're supposed to be in. They might not be. I don't know. I guess that's a good point. And we're going through chat. We are going to end up getting behind. Let's keep going.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
okay. You can go ahead.
Well, I know that you might have to leave early, but
that's fine. We can play it by ear.
I meant to try not to try to at least go faster and kind of stretch.
Yeah, I got a little bit of a second win, so.
Okay, good. So now I lost where it was. Okay, I have that most of them seem horrified. She just says "holy shit," and I wrote down I thought she seemed amused by it.
Mm.
See, whoop,
yeah, that one picture. Yeah,
that picture. She looks like. Oh, this is like she's got like this look like she thinks.
Can't wait to kill these people.
Yeah, she might be thinking that too.
Kill
Edwin pulls the axe out of his head, which is pretty stupid.
How? He pulls it out of his head? Where?
Yeah. I see he had the axe and he like yanked it.
Ugh.
I don't know.
I must close my eyes during that part.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you would do that or
That's
why.
Gross.
Because they bleed to death. Yeah, and he falls.
Well, you're never expecting an axe to the head.
No, you're not. You're not. I mean, it's just that Sean is like she's more meat.
Yeah.
And AA says, I was gonna say AA says she hopes your boyfriend feels better.
Oh, thanks. I really appreciate it. He does feel better. We went to urgent care. I got him some meds.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I hate when I like lose where I'm at. Natalie is like, "What did you do, Lottie?" And that's where Lottie says they don't belong. It doesn't want them here. And I love.
Yeah, that's why I wrote we can't handle crazy right now, Lottie.
Yeah, I love Natalie's faces though.
Because that's from the first season when Lottie's like, "Did I see you eating dirt last night, Ty?" And she's like, "I can't handle crazy right now, Lottie."
I love that. That's a great line.
Yeah, it is.
Cody tells her, he's like, "You need to run," which is probably the best advice ever, right?
Smart.
Yeah, definitely smart.
I would have run as soon as I saw the head.
Yeah, I would have already been running, and I wouldn't have bothered to tell the other stupid person to run. I would have already been gone.
Or maybe, like Cody said, like it's a bad idea, and maybe you just look a little bit and don't step right into it.
Yeah. Or maybe he figures they'll chase after her. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well,
he just says, "I love they have cannibal meat eating dresses." They're not wrong.
It's a celebration.
Kelly says, "I thought this was going to be how they were rescued, not turned into a murder fest. It may lead to it eventually. I don't know, but yeah, it's not yet.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Shauna might be right that a secondary search party might be coming.
Yeah, but you can wait for a secondary search party without murdering everybody in the first.
No, you can't.
That was my immediate thought.
Shauna's the leader. She's not going to let that happen.
Yeah, she's going to try to stop it from happening.
She needs a couple more celebrations before somebody comes.
Yeah. Anyway, Natalie, she says they didn't mean to interrupt, they're leaving is what she had said, but Natalie tells the girls not to hurt them, to bring them back. And obviously nobody necessarily listens to Natalie right now, so it doesn't really matter. But Cody shoots an arrow, hits Melissa.
That was badass.
Yeah, it was.
I honestly thought that Kodiak was going to take out a Yellowjacket or two.
Yeah, I thought he might. And then Melissa's like, "Don't leave me."
And she leaves her.
Yeah, and Shauna says, Maury is helping, trying to help Edwin, and meanwhile, Lottie looks like she's eating pieces of his brain. I don't know what the hell she's doing.
I call that brain cereal for her. She's getting little pieces of brain cereal out there. Yeah, Lottie's a little on the edge. I mean, I've always been kind of Team Lottie, but now I'm like,
Yeah. Excuse me,
a little overboard, Lottie.
Not so great.
Yeah,
Chris says, didn't anyone tell Lottie dessert before you finish Coach's main course? The thing I'm more concerned with, she's eating them raw. And that also makes me wonder too, and I don't know if I can find it right away, but hold on. If she is eating his brain.
Yeah, you can get bad things from eating brains.
Yeah, you can get prion disease, that's what, or Kuru. That people who are cannibals have actually been known to get, or Creutzfeldt, I forget how to say it, Creutzfeldt-Jakob. That's from X-Files. That's why I've heard of that. And but I think I don't know if it's the same thing as prion disease or not. But the point is, you don't eat human brain. That's the point. But yeah. So Shauna tells Maury that Edwin's dead, and she's like, go help Melissa, because if she dies, you die, which is so nice, isn't it?
Yeah, she just puts it on them and then leaves.
Yeah, she does. And let's see, Jen says, you're psycho, they were probably trying to help us. And then Lottie, I have Lottie smearing blood in her face and eating it, and she keeps saying, you'll see, I promise you'll see.
I promise you'll see. Yeah, it's kind of frightening. She's a little overboard.
Yeah, but Natalie says, she's like, clean it up. We don't know how many more people are coming. It's like, let's not have an event where more people see people being murdered. Because they're going to see a head. They're going to see this guy with an axe in his head. It's just going to go from bad to worse. So clean it up.
Chemically, more and more people can't come, and they just kind of try to drop them off Shit Ridge.
No, I love that, though. I think that's hilarious that she tells her to clean it up. But Maury's trying to pull the arrow out of Melissa, but Jen stops her because she can't do that. There, I have some crazy pictures there. That's where Jen tries to stop her. And then
that's something I talked to Vanessa about.
Yeah, I know. We got to ask her about that. Misty was so needed in the Melissa situation. I hadn't even thought about that. Misty should have probably stayed behind. Shauna should have told Misty to stay behind.
Yeah, it was odd, but
Chris,
maybe she felt the thrill of the hunt.
Yeah. So shot in the chest near a tube blade. Shauna gives a little back. Oh, Chris.
Hey, it's New Jersey too. It's very accurate to the area.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah. Danielle says,
"Do you ever see the What We Do in the Shadows of the Jersey Devil?"
No, I have not, but I do know.
Oh, that's too bad. You must, because Bon Jovi plays every time the Jersey Devil comes in.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, but I do know at least what X-Files version of the Jersey Devil is. I actually, you know what? It's interesting, and I hadn't thought about it until now. I'm thinking about it now, talking about it. I used to read. It's probably been decades since I've read it, but I don't know if people know. I think you probably know because I've mentioned it so many times. But I was like huge. Like X-Files was my thing. I mean, it was like bigger than From for me. It was my thing. And I had like a lot of the books about like the science behind it. And I'm just thinking of you because of like all the things when you dive into this stuff. Like I had read about like the Jersey Devil and all those kind of legends and things like that way back when, but probably now 2 decades ago. So it's been a while. Danielle Lynn says, I think Walter got the tape from Natalie's storage locker. That's why it's sent out now. I mean, I don't know why Natalie would have had it, but I could see if Natalie found it, she could hide it and put it.
I have so many questions about the tape, because you can't really see what kind of tape it is that Hannah has. You don't know if it's a DAT tape that she has recording.
Yeah, it could.
You don't know if it's an original one. You don't know if it's a copy. You don't know if, just so much info.
Yeah, we don't.
It's missing them.
Chris said Bon Jovi's played at Keene University.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So there's an interesting tidbit there. And Misha liked X-Files too. X-Files is the best. It'll always be my top. So Shauna goes into the bathroom because she thinks trying to not get her husband to notice, which, hiding in the bathroom is the best way to do. And she listens to this tape and hears Hannah saying, there's the Blair, that I wanted you to be proud of me, not just as a mom who had a teenage pregnancy. And that's when she knows she was pregnant and she starts getting a little upset. She takes out her phone and she looks up the obituary, and there we have Hannah Sophia Finch. Please join the family of Hannah Sophia for a celebration of life at the Harrisburg, I think it says Harrisburg, Friendship Church this Saturday. Her friends and family, something soul who had, I know it has about Frisbee. Known to her friends and family as a curious and enthusiastic soul who gave her all to every endeavor. Hannah founded her high school ultimate Frisbee team, where she was only a freshman, taking them immediately to
legality.
Yeah. Hannah overcame many personal challenges to earn her high school diploma through the high school and will put in shifts, on the weekend teaching Frisbee to local youths. Upon graduation, she attended Keene something undergraduate for full scholarship, with a full scholarship. So yeah.
And plus, I'm gonna point out that there was a cafe in season 1 also named Finch's.
Oh, interesting.
Where Nat and Susan were talking.
Okay, cool. Wait, who's Matt and Susan?
Natalie?
Oh, Nat. I thought you said Matt. I'm like,
and
who
Susan.
the hell is Matt?
Susan, her friend from AA that they did the indemnity stuff with.
Okay, you remember more details I do, but I thought you said Matt.
Kidding. I was just kidding.
That's why I couldn't figure out what you were talking about.
I was kidding.
No, I know, but here's my question I have here. I swear I put it. I guess I didn't have a picture of it, but she looks up on the phone.
I don't think this hotel's that bad looking. I've stayed in some shitholes.
Yeah, I know. It's got like things besides a bed. It's not a tiny room. It looks like it might be.
And plus, like, the blanket would have like smoke, like cigarette burns through it.
Yeah, you would. I think that you would be able to tell it was dirtier than that, but they're not gonna. They don't want to use a real rundown, But who knows? But she looks up. I thought I had a picture of it. Either I'm out of order or I don't. But she had looked up Hannah plus KUH plus frogs. Now, I wanted to ask you about that. We know that KUH is the box that Ben found, and they even make reference to it earlier. But why would the girls know that? Because supposedly he never shared it with them. Do you think they found it after, or do you think he eventually told them?
He must have told them.
Okay.
Because Ty makes a reference to the KUH, so.
She does, and that was my question, because we thought he didn't tell them.
So he must have, or Mari. Mari would know.
Yeah. Well, he gave Mari the hot chocolate. I don't think he told her where he got it from.
But just being in the cave, she might have seen it.
She might have, yeah. AA thinks Mari told him about it. Definitely could have been. Misha says maybe she didn't include that bit in her journals. I was wondering if Jeff knew, but I didn't think so. I don't think so, because otherwise he wouldn't be questioning her.
Or the Melissa stuff, I don't think made the journals.
Yeah, I don't know the Melissa stuff.
Because they were always making that joke about goths and bisexuals liking strawberry lube, and I thought, if Jeff even had an inkling that Shauna might be bisexual, he wouldn't have said that line.
Right, that's a good point. But the other point though is that we weren't supposed to know at that point she was bisexual, really, not for sure. Yeah. So,
plus it's a great line.
No, it is.
There's so many great lines in the show.
Okay, I had skipped this by accident. Justin had said before Shauna was lucky that Hannah didn't have a gun.
I don't think she know how to use it. She doesn't seem the most like survivalist.
Yeah. Misha said Alex never lived with Hannah. The baby was adopted while she was still a teen. Also, it's very possible that the people who adopted the baby didn't keep the name Alex. That part's true too, but since she found that's right. We heard her say Alex. We didn't actually.
Well, I mean, there are theories that somebody in the family adopted her.
Yeah, like she's with her grandparents or whatever.
Or a sister or something. Because like one of my aunts did that. Her mom wasn't able to take care of her, so her mom's sister raised her. So her aunt she called mom.
Yeah, no, that definitely could be the case.
I mean, there is somebody named Alex in the credits, so I'm assuming they're not gonna like really be confusing.
Right. Yeah, I don't think they would have put that in if that's the case. Jason said next episode they might find the first aid kit and see the KUH. That is true, but they said that they knew that they made even mention in the tent, Van and Ty said something about KUH, so they knew about it.
It
But
was on the
anyway,
phone.
yeah. But
Yeah.
anyway, she does research that. And then Jeff starts talking to her and doesn't want, you know, she's saying not to leave. He's saying, why is it, you know, okay for you to leave? He says, I appreciate that secrecy is your love language. Callie's been missing school. I've been missing work.
Yep. It's all about you, Shauna, for some
Yeah,
reason.
it's not all about you. But she's like, she knows Callie's smart and has questions, but for her own safety, she needs to back off him too. And then tells him to order room service. And of course, meanwhile, Callie is listening to the whole thing from the other room. And on her laptop, she looks up unsolved missing persons plus Canada plus 1990s. There we
It's
go.
amazing how the simple searches get so many things up. Because I remember the first season, she was looking up Adam Martin. She didn't put Adam. She just put Adam Martin in Google. She didn't put artist. She didn't put like what city.
Yeah.
He's not on the internet, Mom. I mean, how many hits did you get off of that?
Yeah, I know, right? But you know. But I don't think she knows anything though, or she wouldn't be researching it.
Well, she listened to the whole message. But they only had like, okay, so what did Kelly listen to? It was 43 minutes long. It was just a little bit of it, a little bit of the tape, and then was talking or
I kind of assume, and I could be wrong, but I kind of assume that a lot of it's like screaming and that kind of thing. And
yeah, but they only played like a little bit of the tape in the cars, and the rest of it's just like dead air. It's like them sitting in the car.
Yeah, I don't know, but I assume maybe it's hard to know what it is unless you were there, but it has to be something that's recognizable or they wouldn't be so worried about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, all of it's there, you know, all of it's there. I'm just saying what they played in the car.
Right.
It's, it's confusing.
It wasn't enough that that Callie knew 100% what was going on.
Because I thought they were playing the whole tape, like the whole 43 minutes was mostly the tape, but it's not. But it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was going to look up what does white lilies mean. They represent purity, spirituality, renewal, and rebirth. I'm not sure that works right here then.
Oh, where's the lilies at?
I'm on the wrong picture. I just knew they were coming. They're
what's
there
in here? What's in this picture though? What's in the stained glass?
They're right here. You can't really see them. I thought I had a better picture.
I was looking at the like stained glass thing.
I think that's a painting.
That's really cool looking.
It is cool, but I think it's a painting.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I want to make sure I tweet again that we're still here so people know. Whoops, because I never retweeted it again. Hold on, give me 1 second. Trying to find it here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm bad at multitasking.
Oh, that's cool.
And trying to do more than one thing, but I did mean to put that on and I forgot. Okay. So where was I? Okay. So in their hotel room, I had written down white lilies. Van's watching Ty sleep.
I thought they were like a funeral flower. The lily.
They
or Easter?
Be, I guess, but I mean, they also mean, like I said, spirituality, purity, renewal, rebirth.
Yeah, Easter flower. Yeah.
Van being okay. I don't know. Could also think of like calla lilies, but I think those are a different type of lily. I'm saying that because of Callie. I just was thinking.
Oh, Calla lily. That'd be good.
But those aren't in Shauna's room. That's in their room.
Yeah.
So. But Misty brings the hotel staff. She's like, the nation thanks you for your service. The idiot let her in. So Van.
Give her a gift card?
I was like, oh, she what?
It looked like she handed her a gift card and then said this like $10.99 would be in the mail.
She probably gave her a business card.
So she had to pay taxes on the gift card.
Maybe. But Van says she's psycho and she's holding like a knife as she sits there and talks.
A butter knife?
Yeah, I guess I didn't get it, but she was holding a knife out. See, these are notes I took why I watched it, not why I took pictures. That's why I didn't.
Yeah.
Misha says, isn't what Callie listens to the entire thing she recorded? So the DAT tape wasn't 40 minutes, but it was 40 minutes until Shauna realized she was being recorded and stopped it. That's possible too. I mean, I don't know. Clear. It's just not clear and it's not filmed well to make it clear. Jason says she might have given her a key card. That also makes sense.
Yeah, maybe.
I
Yeah.
hadn't thought
It,
of
it was just this kind of brown card. I didn't really know what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah. But anyway, Misty wants to know why Ty didn't tell them she went to visit Lottie on the day she died, and Van doesn't know about it. And she's like, that doesn't mean I killed her. So she outright asks her, and she says no. And I love that
Yeah,
Misty,
but Ty, but other what I'm going to consider other Ty here tells her, kind of shakes her head at Van to say no.
yeah, she says, you think she could have killed her too. And she's like,
Mhm.
no. But I love too that Misty says, you have a history of doing crazy shit and not knowing about it. So she's like, it still could be you.
Yeah.
But yeah, she doesn't look very convincing that she doesn't think she did it. But Ty's like, well, whoever sent the tape to Sean is obviously the one who murdered Lottie. And then Misty's like, what are you talking about? Because she didn't know about it. Then back in the present, Anna and Cody are running. Everybody is chasing them. Natty is tracking them. Hannah tells him they should head to camp, try to fix the phone. And he's like, supplies aren't going to save you. You have to go by your instincts. And the fact you want to go back makes him think she doesn't have any. And he's like, stick with me or you're on your own. And of course, the idiot runs the opposite direction. Right?
It's a beautiful. I love running comedy takes, and I like how Ashley Stutton's running. I think she has a weird run that's on purpose.
Don't know, but she
And
probably
it's comedy gold.
should have followed him. But anyway, she goes a different direction, and they're all chasing after them.
Oh yeah, they have like gotta use the sat phone. You mean the broken sat phone?
Yeah, that's not going to be helping you. Yeah, you're right. And then I don't think you can see it. It's so dark. But when Hannah's running, she catches her hair on a branch and lets it get yanked down. It looks like it pulled out a piece of her scalp too. The way the picture is, I don't think it is. But
yeah, I think that's the beginning fruits of the Antler Queen outfit with the hair hanging off of it.
I agree.
Which I feel might be Shauna's idea.
It might be, considering
because she took the hair.
Yeah, which is really bizarre. I have to comment here because I hadn't thought about it until now, but she's hiding behind this big log. And now I'm thinking about the whole conversation with that Joel said earlier about the frog is on a log and that. And I'm wondering, does the log have a hangnail? Any reference here? I don't know that it makes sense here, but it does look like a huge log.
Plus, Lottie was worshiping that log earlier on too, like a log, like the last episode she was talking to a log. I mean, she has that log altar as well.
Lottie talks to a lot of things.
She talks to a lot of logs.
Hard to know. But she hides, and that's where she records a message for her daughter Alex. She doesn't know if she get it, but she wants her to know she loves her.
And it is ambiguous because she doesn't say daughter.
It is. Yeah, she says Alex. I don't know why when I do these I yawn all the time. I feel like I gotta yawn, and I'm not tired, but I gotta yawn. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so the scene changes to the present, and Sean is like listening to or remembering the court recording, and she runs into Ty and Van in the elevator, and Sean is like, "What are you doing here?" And Ty says they want to help, and she tells him there was more than what Lottie did on the tape, and tells them about the message to their kid, and that she had a daughter who somehow got a hold of the tape and is going to punish them, and she's going to go stop them. And that's where Misty's like, great, I'm sensing cleanup. But she yells at her, and she's like, well, if you've done it before.
Well, and, I mean, first off, though, when they say that she has a daughter, they're like, oh no. And I'm like, oh no, that's what makes you guys go, oh no, is a teen pregnancy. Not killing and eating people, but a teen pregnancy.
Yeah, that it's only bad you killed her because she had a daughter. Like, that made it bad. I don't.
Yeah, and I also feel that Shauna's jumping to a conclusion.
What do you mean?
That she just assumes the daughter sent it. I mean, I have this feeling that at the end she has a knife and she might be doing another Adam Martin, like killing somebody that she thinks is the blackmailer who isn't.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's definitely a good point. But
because I mean, she's just jumping to a really big conclusion.
No, she is, but she's gonna go talk to her either way.
Because anybody could have found this tape out in the wild. Van was looking up that other information. because I think she was trying to look up if it had been in the woods or if somebody had brought it with them back when they were there or found it later.
Yeah, or if it could have survived that long, like maybe somebody randomly found it. We don't know.
Which would be more than just one person that could be blackmailing them.
Yeah, I don't know though that it would survive that long or not. I don't know. We never saw what Van's results.
It was a pretty big piece of equipment though, and it was pretty much sheltering the tape because it was like this big, bulky. You know how bulky electronics used to be, Jamie?
Yeah,
bulky.
No, yes, you are great. That's true. But anyway, Misty makes a comment about, she's asked her before, and I lost. Van says she's like, well, she's right. Your track record is iffy, and she says she's going to go talk to her. And then Misty finally realizes she's not blaming her for the breaks anymore because she thinks that this person did it, and she says she's not going to sit around and end up like Lottie. So Van says they're going to go with her, and she's telling them it's in Richmond. So yeah, they all agree they're going to go.
Because none of them have any responsibilities anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess Misty took off work.
Yeah, Misty takes off a lot of work.
Yeah.
But they're playing it, and Hannah's talking to her kid. Misty says that there's no mention of offspring in the obituary. Shauna says it's because it was a teen pregnancy. She didn't have her name, but she found the birth record in the town. It wasn't hard to find an address from there. And Misty's like, what? And she's like, I do know how to Google and make phone calls. So Misty says, why didn't they know about the kid? Van says someone did because they managed to smuggle the tape out. And Ty says, and this is a line that was kind of, I think, important in the episode. But again, are they reliable narrators? Sorry, Dan. No. I had a hangnail and it came off and I'm like bleeding everywhere. That's why I keep looking down.
Like, sacrifice to the wilderness. Let's pray to the wilderness.
I ripped my hangnail off because it was hanging, which you should never do. Don't do that, people. Because it hurts.
Let's listen to the wilderness, Jamie.
Oh, great. Now I lost.
Do you have a tree stump nearby? Put the blood on there, Jamie. If I call you Julie by mistake, it's not.
Oh, it's okay.
You guys, your names are so close.
I get
Julie too. If Julie's listening.
No.
Find a tree stump.
Ty says in this scene that Jen and Melissa got pretty close to Hannah, and that's when Van says, "But they're both dead."
They're dead now. Are they?
Wait, you think maybe we don't know? I'm curious what other people think. I still think Melissa might be alive. Jen, I don't know.
Well, and then that's like a matter of degrees because more people could have came home in 1998 and then died after 1988. 98.
Yes, saying they're dead doesn't mean they didn't. They died there, or that they didn't come back. That is very true.
Or they could have left somebody behind because Shauna's evil.
Yeah, they could have.
And they came back.
Chris said putting the scalp on the hair because Lottie didn't stop for Midnight Stack.
Smelled it.
I think it's possible Nat had the tape all along and had some stipulation, like if something happens to me, send this tape here. That's possible too.
Maybe. It all depends who finds it. There's got to be some scene where somebody was looking at that log.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody could have randomly found it. I mean, that's why Van wanted to know if it could have survived that long.
Yeah.
But Misty says that there are two mysteries. Who brought the tape back from the wilderness? And if it was Hannah's daughter, why should we wait 25 years to get revenge? Because it doesn't make sense. And she's right. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
It's Twin Peak years.
Yeah.
We'll see you in 25 years kind of a deal.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Kind of like a trope. And the plane number's 25 too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's still 25. There's a lot of 25s.
Nice. Then
and then I wrote in my notes only two mysteries.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's a lot more than two, isn't there?
Yeah.
I have written down "Your Good Girl's Gonna Go Bad" by Tammy Wynette is the song.
Oh yeah, that's a good song.
Yeah. So after this, they stop at the gas station. Ty's gonna pay, but her card's declined. I love that face. It's like, I've been spending too much money.
Decadence.
Yeah, I've been spending money at the hotel.
I don't have a job no more.
Yeah, not trying. But Van talks to Ty and asks about her not telling her. And she says that Van didn't want to hear about the universe and how it, they did what they needed to do, and that
Chickened
was
out.
why, yeah, Van wasn't sick, and that she wanted to talk to her about it since Van wouldn't talk about it, and then that the night Nat died. Lottie said it was happy with them, and that she's been improving. It's not because she changed her diet or got treatment. And Van says maybe she's lucky, but Ty says they don't get to be lucky.
I don't know.
But,
Van's pretty lucky in my notes.
yeah, she's been pretty lucky.
She's had 9 lives, man.
Yeah, no, you're right, she does. But she says that even she's right, she's not willing to live that way, and that's where Ty says she doesn't have to, because she'll do it for her, which I think was, I don't know if I want to say that's sweet, because that's also awful. I'll kill people for you, like that's not exactly sweet, but that's basically what she says. I'll kill people for you.
Well, other Ty would kill. I don't think Ty would, but I think other Ty would without hesitation.
That's true. But Van wants her to promise she didn't do it, but she doesn't get a chance to answer her because Misty comes out with her floss picks. I don't know why maybe after being in the wilderness so long, she wants her teeth clean all the time. Or maybe they had them with them on the plane and they kept their teeth clean. I don't know. But she asked Van if she's okay because she's pale, and she says she was getting motion sickness. Shauna complains she has to pump the gas. Then back in the woods, Van and Ty are talking, and that's where Ty says, do you think they're lost hikers or they came to rescue us? And they see the tent, and they knock out the fire when they go in, but they go in.
Yeah, I noticed these torches go out with like really, when they're putting the torches out, it's really shown as them putting the torches out.
Yeah, it's a little, but yeah, they do put it out. And then they go in the tent because they hear something, and it's the frog rolling around in the jar, which Van lets out. I appreciate she let it out.
Yeah, I said in my notes, kill men, but release frogs.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know. Like, you can't eat frogs too, I mean, not that I want them to, just saying.
It's French, oui.
Yeah. Ty sees the map. That looks like an elevation map. She looks at the equipment, and this is where she says right on it, wait, she releases the frog there. This is where she says that it says KUH, the same thing that was on what Ben brought back. And that was my point. Like, he had to have told them somehow about
or maybe he had like the bear spray, if you brought that, had it on there.
Yeah.
Or any of that stuff. If he had it in his pockets, or he had it on his person when they got him.
It could have, but yeah, that's true. He said what he brought back. It doesn't mean they knew about the whole thing. But Van tries to call her mother. They realize that the radio or the cell phone is
It's interesting because her mom's pretty awful.
I know. I thought of that too, but honestly, I think it's like that would be your
she just wants out.
Call your parents. Yeah. I don't know. So my instinct would be call 911, but
call any number that works.
Call any number of somebody who can help you, because your parents are just going to cry and be like, oh my God, you're alive. And yes, that's great and everything, but they cannot get to you. So call somebody who can. But
they can't because the antenna's broken.
Yeah, I know, but it's broken. And that's where Ty's like, at least we have all the supplies for the village. And Van says, again, being the smart one, says, we don't need any of it. We just need to find these people and we can go home.
I think that's a great delivery by Liv.
It is. Because she's the only one that's making sense. They need to go to use these people to go home. They know that they can't be that far away from, well, I mean, I guess it's possible these people hiked pretty far, but it's likely they're close to civilization.
Or they can at least get back.
They can at least get back and tell them how to get home.
Right? Or they know where they are on the map. Yeah,
that too. Misha says it's really sweet. She want to call mom.
Yeah,
it is. But I think it was like a gut reaction because she didn't have it. I remember her not having a good mother. So
yeah, she had to smack her mom awake to drive her to get on the plane.
Yeah. You always still want your mom.
Yeah.
So then this is where Akila is trying to convince herself that Lottie had a good reason.
Yeah.
For killing Joel McHale's, or not Joel McHale.
Never.
For killing Edwin, that he must have been a bad guy. And Travis is starting to say, I think he's going to say something like, she's just kind of nuts.
Yeah, she's got a bunch of
Doesn't
levels of
say it
crazy appeal.
though. Yeah. And that's where Misty comes running out, and she's like, the shit ridge is that way. So they decide they're going to drive them there. I know. So
I killed Crystal there. Let's kill someone else there.
They did.
Let's go.
So they're going to split up, and they will. Travis is going to shoot off the gun, and either way, they'll kind of drive them in that direction, and then Misty can cut them off. And again, they put out their torches.
Symbolically.
Yeah. Yeah, because it happens quite a few times.
Yeah.
And Hannah's still hiding. This is where she covers the radio with rock. She's trying to hide it so it gets found, I guess. She hears the gunshots. Cody's running from them. And then Shauna finds somewhere here. He's running, and then Shauna, it's so dark, it's hard to see. Finds the hair and sticks it in her pocket. Like, what the hell? That was so
I got
bizarre.
an idea for an outfit, is what she's saying.
Yeah, I guess.
There's a hair on it.
Let me ask you though too. Why do you think they put their hair on the outfit? Do you think it's just like to remember them by or something? I don't get.
Well,
so bizarre.
Originally, when I watched the pilot a long time ago, I thought it was a hair sample from each person that they had killed. And it's not, because it's getting real close unless they kill a whole lot of people in the next 3 months, which I don't think they will.
No.
So I don't know, maybe each of the girls is donating their hair like a sacrifice. You know how like people cut their hair as kind of like a sacrifice?
Yeah.
And each girl would give her hair to put on. Like if Shauna does the Antler Queen outfit, or Lottie, it would be each of them adding to the outfit.
Yeah, I guess that's possible. I'm going to stop my camera for a minute.
Plus, it looks cool.
Why? That is not my image. Hold on. That's going to annoy me. That's going to annoy the hell out of me. I hate when it does that. It switches. It's because we have so many. It's because there's so many networks on this channel.
Yeah.
Like a gazillion different icons. So, hold on a second. So they continue to track him and her, and Hannah tries to get away. She makes a noise, and they see her, and she puts her hands up. She's like, don't hurt me. And that's where Natalie starts to try to tell her, we're not like that. But Shauna grabs her with a knife, and it's like, no, you put an arrow through our friend. She's like, nope. But
she says, I don't have any weapons. She didn't do it.
Yeah, so I didn't do it. The other guy did it. I don't have any weapons, which is not untrue. So Natalie is just like, all the other ones come up to Van and Ty, and Natalie's just like, let's go back, figure out how we can all get out of here. And this is where Shauna says, okay, too far. This is where Shauna says, if we kill them, they'll come looking for them and find us. We can still get rescued without leaving any witnesses. And this is where I do not understand Shauna's train of thought here, because even if they don't go back, people will still come to look for them. They do not have to murder them.
Yes, they do.
In a TV show, they do.
They have to. Shauna wants to murder. I have Shauna just wants to kill in my notes.
I would agree with that.
She's so worried about being found out,
Yeah, she is. Which, like I said, at this point, the thing that they did that, in my opinion, that they shouldn't be excused for is what they did to Coach. But nobody has to know that. And
Lottie putting an axe through just, a researcher's head.
But I'm sorry, as soon as that happened, I would have been like, and I said this earlier, I would have been going after Lottie and been like, what is wrong with you? And telling these people, this is not us. We do not want to kill people.
At least like putting her in a yurt.
Yes.
Like somebody watch her instead of her eating brain cereal.
I'm sorry. I'd throw her under the bus and be like, I can't help Lottie's insane. That doesn't mean we don't want to go home.
Yeah.
Let Lottie stay there if she wants. I would not. Yes, I would have even attacked Lottie. I would not have let that happen.
Yeah, I was surprised it just didn't like put her somewhere.
Yeah. Who's to say she's going to kill somebody else? She's totally crazy.
Yeah, she seems to want to kill all of them. Her and Shauna are kind of like on the same team.
Yeah, but Lottie isn't all there. I don't think she knows
Yeah,
exactly
I
what's
mean,
going
she
on.
needs
Shauna's
like
just
help as
a
opposed. Well,
sociopath.
Shauna, there's been arguments that Shauna's going through some kind of postpartum depression as well.
True, but it doesn't excuse some of it. Misha says Shauna is worried about being found out the entire vibe since episode 1.
Yeah,
That is true. She is. And
shady.
Chris, yeah, definitely shading. Chris says she's in full mass murderer mode.
Mm-hmm.
She is. I think that she's enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
She seems to be enjoying it, which
Full
is
power mode.
yeah, full power mode.
Oh, Sattler Queen mode.
Yeah. But anyway, Ty says, look what happened to Nat when she didn't wait for the group to sign off. So she's like, you can't kill her. And that's where Van, this is a picture here where Van says it's bad enough that Lottie already killed one of them. And she's like, sorry.
Sorry.
He's like, I'm
killed
sorry.
your boyfriend, but you probably had the hots for Kodiak anyway, so.
Yeah, I also have to question if that guy was really anything to her because she doesn't seem very upset that he's dead. I mean, I guess she's like in shock, but still.
Yeah, probably. Just trauma shock, just frozen.
Yeah, I guess so.
Trying to make sure they don't kill her.
Yeah. But yeah, and staying calm, maybe it'll help her, she thinks.
Yeah, or going to like offering something like first aid.
Yeah, and she's
so
like,
they don't kill
I know
her.
your friend got hit. I know where the first aid supplies are. So meanwhile, in the car, in the present, Misty, besides playing I Spy, which is kind of irrelevant, she finds this receipt under Shauna's seat, which basically says that she was in New York.
You don't think silent Ks are irrelevant?
Just a little bit. I didn't understand Van's comment though. She says that kind of sociopath. I don't know what the comment was about.
Oh, knapsack. She chose knapsack as her word, and that has a silent K.
Okay, but why
said what kind of psychopath would pick a silent K for a word, and then she said,
okay, that kind of psychopath. I missed the first statement saying what kind of psychopath. Okay, that makes more sense now. But Walter, anyway, that proves Shauna was in New York, but we already knew Shauna was in New York because she went to get the cat. So we already.
Well, Misty didn't know.
No, Misty didn't. I'm just saying we did. But that's from the 12th.
Well, if people aren't watching, then it hammers it home.
Yes, if you haven't watched and noticed the things going on, notice it now. Shauna went to New York to get to find a cat and pretend it was the cat that was missing.
What happened to that cat? Who knows?
Yeah, we don't know what happened to that cat. Hopefully, maybe they
probably ate it. Cat chili.
No. But anyway, Walter calls, and this is where she's like, "Oh, he's just being really desperate. We did break up." And they did, but she answers it and tells him to stop calling. And then he says he received the DNA results from the strand of hair he took from Shauna, and it matches what was under Lottie's nails. So it looks like Shauna's Lottie's killer.
It's interesting here too, because I'm going to say the hair stuff with Hannah and Shauna, and then it goes to this hair stuff with Shauna.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
It is, but I still don't know how I feel about this. I think either A, Walter is completely making it up and it's bullshit and he's framing her, or just making it up because he's Walter, who knows. But he could be making it up, or it's matching DNA because it's Callie and not really Shauna. Those are my two.
Or Walter could have planted the hair there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Or he's lying and he planted it there, or he's made up that it was hers, whatever. I don't know whether I believe.
But then I can agree to Shauna because like Lottie's DNA is all over the place, and Callie's would be too because Lottie was in her house.
But why would it be under her fingernails?
I don't know. My hair. I have long hair. It gets everywhere. I find it in my refrigerator sometimes.
Well, I don't think that the hair was under her fingernails. There was DNA under her fingernails that matched.
Like she scratched somebody. Yeah.
Right. Which I also have to question. The big thing that makes me wonder is why would they have not tested what was under her nails? Because look, I get it was ruled a suicide, so maybe they wouldn't. But I would think that if they saw there was skin underneath her nails, that would be a
Yeah.
reason not to rule it a suicide in the first place.
It just seems the cops on the show aren't very thorough, and the
They're
investigators.
not.
They just are
Um,
like, yeah, it's suicide. Fell down the
but they're
stairs.
not
Where are all those
doing whatever.
candles? I
Well,
don't know.
well, remember though, her father though also it sounded like was potentially paying off the cops to say it was an accident.
That's
Could
true.
just be
Probably paying
something.
off Syracuse.
Yeah, I mean, it could be something dumb like he did it that is completely unrelated to anything. I don't
Yeah.
know. Fletcher says Walter's been sus since season 1. I agree.
He wasn't on season 1.
Or well, since the beginning. He said season 1.
Okay.
I'm saying since the beginning. You're right. He wasn't in season
Since
1.
the beginning.
Yeah, since he was on there. Nisha said Walter got the hair from Shauna's hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those tests are a lot of money and there's long wait times. Yeah, but generally if you see like skin under somebody's fingernail, you're going to run some kind of test. At least a competent coroner
But
would.
maybe the cops are corrupt and got paid off.
Yeah, it's very possible.
They did that already once.
I don't know. I honestly don't know whether I think Walter's lying or whether I think it's Callie. But I do not think it's Shauna. I think if anything, the DNA matches because it's Callie. But I feel like if it's that, they did that to surprise people, and it's not very surprising because like everybody called it. So
I don't know. I think it's probably going to be somebody not related so far.
yeah,
A twist.
yeah,
Hillary Swank.
yeah.
Twist.
Yeah, maybe Hillary Swank is Shauna's long lost sister.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Or she just planted it for Walter to find. Somebody could have planted her DNA for Walter to find.
Yeah, I don't know. Or I don't know. I mean, I know people think Walter's connected to these frog people, but we don't really know.
The love child of Edwin and Ashley, or Kodiak and Ashley. Spicy.
Or maybe all three.
Oh, throuple baby.
Throuple, yeah.
What happens in the tent stays in the tent.
It does. But this is where Misty texts, although they are making fun of her with Walter, because Shauna's like, you're really bad at boundaries, and Ty starts laughing. But she
says, call me back. Call me back.
She's like, don't call me back. But yeah, she sends texts to Ty and Van while they're in the car.
I'm going to point out that Ty's phone has a picture of Biscuit on it, which is weird.
Yeah. Well, I think because he was with Sammy in the picture, probably.
Yeah.
But she texts them that Shauna killed Lottie. Also, I have to note, because I don't know if this was on this show or the other show, we talked about how supposedly villains aren't allowed to have iPhones. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Van does not have an iPhone. I don't know that it means anything. I'm just pointing it out. I don't think that Van's a villain, but she didn't have an iPhone.
Yeah, I do like this whole texting joke situation. It's a good bit.
Yeah, she's texting them while they're 2 feet from her. But I have to say, I've done that before. That isn't that improbable.
But were you in a car with a killer?
No, I was not. But I have texted people when I've been 5 feet from them.
Yeah.
But and then Ty's like, I thought I was the killer. Now Shauna is. And I'm thinking, you guys are putting this in print. Like, I would not put things about that in your phone. But she said,
that's a good idea. Everybody listening.
Right. And it's there forever.
Don't write about murder on your phones, everyone.
I know, exactly. Right. But Shauna, she tells him that Walter matched Shauna's DNA to the sample under Lottie's nails. They look at each other, and Ty wants her to stop the car. And this is where Shauna's like, are you guys really texting each other? Which is hilarious. All there, breaking the case, Shauna killed Lottie. I thought.
Yeah, I just like it because it's like all this teen stuff they never got to do. They're doing now, like the texting and stuff.
I hadn't thought about. But she's like, are you really texting each other? And Ty's like, yeah, I gotta pee. I just didn't think I thought you'd be upset or whatever, because we just stopped.
We just stopped.
And then Van starts, at the right timing, starts throwing up blood. So
yeah, but she starts coughing, and then Shauna thinks she's just joking too until she coughs up blood.
Yeah, first probably, yeah. But so she's gonna obviously.
And Misty's like, that's not good. Which I thought was horrible, but she doesn't know. She doesn't know about the cancer, So it's funny. I'll let it sit.
Yeah, that's funny. No, I didn't notice that. Jason says that scene was so funny. It was.
So I love
So
the show.
yeah, I know. So in the woods, Misty's running and we're hearing them yelling and everything.
Mhm.
Cody shoots her with the crossbow and she ducks and she loses her glasses and looks for them. Now,
Mhm.
I was reading this thing about how if you look in I guess at the beginning of the show, whatever, one of her lenses is
Mhm.
cracked. So we're assuming this is when that happens. I don't
Yeah.
know if they show after. I didn't notice, but uh, somebody had said how I forget what did the I had read it. And it was saying that in was it Lord of the Flies,
Mhm.
that the one character's lens gets cracked, and they said that it had
Yeah.
to do with their descent into losing their virginity.
Piggy.
I think, yeah,
Mhm.
and that's I'm sure what that means, and that makes total sense. I like that, and I like
Mhm.
that they kind of are referencing that.
Mhm.
And no, I have not met or spoken with Melanie. I would like to, but no, I have
Oh
not.
yeah, me too.
I said the only one,
Look
I mean,
us up.
there are people from Yellowjackets I've spoken to, but not about Yellowjackets. Like I said, I
Mhm.
talked to Ella Purnell before. I talked to, oh God, I'm like seriously hate that I can't remember names because I feel really, really stupid when I do that.
Uh,
The guy that plays Adam, um,
oh yeah.
that I talked to not that long
Mhm.
ago that I'm blanking on his name because my memory is so bad because I'm old. I am old and my memory is sucking. So just ignore that. I'm trying to find it where it's even at. It's not coming up. Oh, Peter Gadio. Gadio. I don't know how you say it.
Yeah.
Gadio. I never called them
Mhm.
by their last names. I don't know, but I've
Yeah.
spoken with him, and there was the one that plays young Ty. I spoke with for
Oh,
another
Jasmine
show.
Savoy Brown.
Yes, I talked to her a long time
Mhm.
ago, and also the one who plays Callie. I talked to a long
Yeah, but a
time ago.
lot of those actresses have a lot going on, like Ella
They do.
Purnell and Jasmine
Yeah.
was in the Scream movies.
I think Jasmine. I want to say Jasmine was for Stitchers. I
Oh,
think.
okay. Not Scream.
No, it wasn't for Scream. I think is it Stitchers? I'm looking now because I don't want to mix up who.
Mhm.
I gotta remember. I talked to a lot of people. I'm thinking it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Stitchers. I want to say, and I could be wrong, but because at first I was thinking it was Fringe, and I'm like, no, that's not right.
She'd be a little young for that, unless she was a
Yeah,
child actor.
she would. It's not. Yeah, it was Stitchers. It was Stitchers. That's what I thought. Yeah, one of the sci-fi shows. But yeah, there is some of the. I feel like there was somebody else that I'm forgetting, but anyway, none of it
Mhm.
was for Yellowjackets, other
Yeah.
than obviously we're going to talk to Vanessa and we talked to Nia. Okay, now I lost what I was doing. Where am I at? Where am I at? Okay, so her
I mean,
glasses.
I love all the characters. I mean, even the like background characters. I wouldn't mind
Oh
interviewing
yeah,
just because they pick so many good actors. Even if they have one scene and one bit and a couple lines, they always nail it.
yeah, no, they are really good, and I'd love to get more of them. I'm trying. I just haven't been able to get any other ones, but we keep trying. We will keep trying. So okay, so Aquila yells at Cody to stop because he's gonna fall off the shit cliff. And
Mhm.
Travis points
The
the gun
rich.
at him and he ends up falling. You can't really tell in that picture that he's hanging on, but he's hanging on to the cliff
Mhm.
and by a branch or something. And Travis comes over with the gun and he's like, save your bullet. I thought it was
I love that line.
yeah, I thought it was pretty obvious though he was gonna help him up with the gun. Um, because Travis was like says, take us with you and we'll
Take
help
us
you
back with
there.
you.
Just
Yeah.
take us back home. And he helps him up. And Akila's like, what are you doing? But they do help him up. And she has his bow, so he can't really do anything. He doesn't have a weapon.
Perfect time for them to all leave. Just leave everybody. The three of them just go.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan to me.
Just go. Because Kodiak knows the area. Just go.
I wouldn't go back for those crazy people.
Yeah, just go. Find them
um,
later. Send the search party later if you really, really want to, but just go.
yeah, no, yeah, they could send, so we'd help. But I'd be afraid because of what Sean is going to do because of Lottie and everything. I'd just be like, let's go.
That's why you leave.
I totally agree.
Leave.
So they wheel Van into the hospital, and Ty tells him right away she has metastatic cancer and been throwing up blood. And Van does not like that she's told them, but she's like, the doctors need to know. And then she lies and says she's her wife, and they never check this. And I'm not saying that they necessarily would check it, but they don't. And then Misty's
She's
like,
my
I'm
other
not her
wife.
family. Yeah, she's my other wife. Misty says, I'm not her family, but we have a very intense trauma bond. And then she's like, but I'm also a geriatric nurse. And it's still not working. So they don't let her
Like,
in.
I must try to sell it.
Yeah, she tries.
Yeah, I think when
and
somebody's
so-
come in an emergency, they're not really checking paperwork.
No, they're not.
Just
But
trying to, make sure she doesn't die.
Yeah. But they're sitting there and they talk, and Shauna asks Misty if she knew about it, which she didn't, that she was sick. And that's where she says it's unfair, it's Van. And Misty's like, stop pretending to care. We all know you killed Lottie.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, how could you even think that? And everybody's listening to them have this conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
The nurse is there. I'm like thinking, this is not good. But she tells her about the DNA evidence. And, Shauna does not act like somebody guilty. She's like, well, yeah, she stayed at my house. She's probably covered with it. And she's like, this is from a location that was indicative of a struggle. And she's like, what, like under her nails? And, and like, yeah. And she's like, is that a confession? So, yeah, I
from
think
other people.
I think at that point, maybe she's thinking it could, I don't know if she's thinking it could be her daughter, but that's what I think. She says about the receipt to New York City. Shauna doesn't deny it. She just asks what her problem is. And she says, Van's back there dying, and you're just accusing me of murdering one of her oldest friends. And this is like, you don't know what friendship is, which she's not wrong. And she still doesn't believe her. So Shauna's like, I'm going to go get a drink, and I'm not offering you anything because I'm a bad friend.
And I have in my notes, Shauna is driving far for a Coke.
Yeah, she's driving really
I'm going to go get a Coke in Richmond.
Yeah, maybe. Risha said she thinks she was acting guilty. Did you think she was acting guilty? I thought she was acting like she thought Misty was nuts.
I don't know. That nail line was a little. That nail line was a little telling.
The what?
The nail line.
What do you mean the nail line?
About finding under the nails.
Yeah. Well, but that I question, would you automatically say that? Like, if somebody said to me it was found or was indicated a struggle, I might automatically think you mean it was under their nails.
I wouldn't say any of this in a public ER area.
Well, no, I wouldn't say any of it in a public ER either. But I mean, like, that idea would maybe come to you even if it wasn't your fault. I don't know.
Or even more if you did it.
The fact that she left and didn't try to defend herself means to me that she's guilty. More like, I don't have time. Well, okay, no, I mean, we can both think about it in different ways. I'm just saying, I look at it and I think of her being like, I don't have time for this shit. And she's
I gotta
like,
go kill somebody else. See ya.
Yeah, I'm gonna go kill somebody else. And that I also don't know that she would lie. Like, I feel like Shauna just is like, I don't have time for this crazy, as we said before. And I think that she's just ignoring her because she didn't do it and she doesn't care. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. That's how I took it.
I think Shauna's this kind of real, like laser focused and going to see this Alex girl.
Yeah, I don't know. She just wants to kill Alex. That's all her. That's where she's super focused.
She just wants to kill Alex.
She just wants to go kill
before
Alex.
She even knows what's going on. She just stabs her and she's like, "Oh, I guess she didn't really bring the tape after all."
Yeah, I know, right?
What a bummer. Oh, the witness is happy.
The more she covers up, the easiest her lies come. It's definitely possible. I didn't, for whatever reason, I didn't see it that way. I just more saw it as she didn't care because she was like, Misty's off the deep end anyway, so she wasn't going to waste her time.
Yeah, she's not going to take Misty with her.
Yeah, and the fact that she doesn't bother to really defend herself well, to stop and deal with it, makes me think that she's not concerned with it, which means she didn't do it. Again,
or she doesn't care.
Or she doesn't care, but she could just not care. She's a sociopath too. But I'm just saying, personally, I think she didn't do it, and that's not guilt. At first, I thought maybe she realized that it could be Callie, but she went to go kill Alex, not to go do something else, and not to take care of Callie or whatever. She went to there. So I just think she's not dealing with it at any rate. And then she pulls away in the van, and then Ty is back in the emergency room. I really hate how hospitals anymore are like this, where you don't even get a room. That's like offices everywhere. It's not just the hospital,
Mhm.
but it's like you used to actually get a room with walls.
Yeah, but this is just the ER. They just have her like pulled in there. They might give her a room later.
I guess, but even in the
This
ER,
is just to do the crucial stuff to
no,
keep it
it's
going.
true. I'm just thinking when I've been to an ER when I was little, you still got a room.
Oh, really?
But
Huh.
yeah, but
They've always
I
been
mean,
like
maybe it
this to
depends
me.
on the hospital, but things are also are very different now because of insurances and everything. I don't know.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to think though, was I at the hospital for something else? Maybe it wasn't the ER, but yeah, because I feel like even when I like something happened that I was in the ER or something, I think we got a room. But I don't know. Maybe there aren't
Hmm.
tons. It might depend how
I
busy they
haven't
are.
really gone to the ER,
I haven't in a long, long, long time.
I mean, when I was a kid and a teenager, I didn't. I mean, it was like when I was later in life, and it's been like this.
Well,
So,
no, I haven't for a long time. I was thinking when I was little, but like I know when my
mhm,
mom, when she cut her leg, went in the ER and like
mhm.
she was in a room when they stitched it up. But I
Huh.
guess maybe if they're going to give you stitches, that might be a different thing. Yeah,
No,
because I got my
no,
finger
I was,
stitched when I was little, and
I was in a, okay.
no, sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
I
You
was in the ER. I was in the ER, getting some stuff done, and there was a woman next to me that was getting stitches in the next booth over. I guess these are like little booths. The next
okay,
place over, she was getting stitches because she came in with a really bad tear in her leg, but they was just stitching it up right there,
okay.
and they
No,
didn't
I
give
don't.
her a room.
Maybe it depends on the hospital and where you're like maybe too like how big of a city you're in. Like I'm in a little town, I'm not in like the
Mm,
city. That might make a difference. And I don't know. Things are different now, but I remember even I think when I got my finger stitched, I'm pretty sure I had my own room. I had put my hand through glass
yeah.
and I had stitches in my knuckle. That was not fun.
Hmm.
I thought I had a room. I don't know. It was probably like 20 years ago. I think I was in um
Hmm.
it was in high school or something, so it must have been a long time. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I just was thinking about it because a lot of I know how like a lot of doctors' offices are like that now too. Like you go to the
Hmm.
dentist and there's like 20 different, people getting
Yeah.
done by different dentists at the same time. I hate that.
Hmm.
Insurance problems. But this is also Canada, not America. So
What, Canada?
no, I mean this is in Can it's supposed to be in Canada, so maybe it's
No, it's
different.
supposed to be in Virginia.
Oh, that's right. They are in Virginia. You're right. They're the woods is in Canada. You are
Sorry,
correct.
Canada.
Sorry
Your
about that.
healthcare
Well,
is probably better than ours. I'm
probably.
apologizing.
No, probably. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I even brought it up. Sorry. I
Oh,
went
that's
on
fine.
a
Well,
long.
I mean, I think it's also a setup because they have to be next to this guy who's talking about the devil and calling and stuff.
This is also true. But back there, Ty says she wishes Van would let her help her, and then that's where the patients yell next door is yelling, "The devil is calling," and maybe it's the wilderness is calling. You know,
Man with no
uh,
eyes.
you don't know, yeah, man with no eyes. But the nurses, orderlies, whatever, they're trying to deal with them, and then Ty's like, I can't. What'd she say?
That's always the way in the ER too. You always get next to the twitchy person
Yeah, yeah,
that's screaming about the devil, and you're like, I just want to get my meds and get a couple things like that, dude.
yeah. And you see that because he's like, I don't want to go again. You can't take me. But she's like, I'm gonna kill that guy. And Van's like, don't. She's like, it's just an expression. Relax.
Yeah.
Which
Well, that's other tie for you.
yeah, that's other tie. You're right. And she's like, I'm right here. And then this is when Van starts hallucinating.
Yeah, this is
Where?
really cool.
Yeah, she starts seeing herself. Um,
Hmm.
where'd I go? I lost where I was. As well, first she hears Lottie saying to like listen, and then she sees herself walking with a torch, and she's
Hmm.
set in a hospital gown, and she says, "Look at you, you're afraid. We never cheated death. It was always an even trade." And that's what Ty's been saying. And
Sounds
then
very Final Destination.
it was, and then she sets the bed on fire, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I do think that this is hinting that she definitely could have set the cabin on fire.
Hmm.
But she's yelling at her to stop, and then in reality, her heart rate
Hmm.
and et cetera, is spiking. And then she sees dark Ty, and she says, "Don't worry, I won't let them take your eyes." So, do you think that's in reference to the man with no eyes?
Because that like in the first season, her grandmother's like, don't let him take my eyes, that whole scene when it's like
Yeah.
Ty's backstory
Oh
when
yeah,
she's a
that's right.
kid.
She does
And
say
then she
that.
goes into the funeral home and like finds out her grandmother doesn't have eyes because
Well, she was blind. She did not have eyes. She didn't have pupils or whatever because she was
no,
blind.
she does the people that prepped her body for the funeral, I think just took her eyes out but didn't put anything behind them. So there's
Oh,
like nothing in there when she kind of pokes around the eyelid.
no, when she did it, I thought to me it looked like her eyes were white because she was blind, but maybe
Oh,
I
okay.
I'll be honest, I don't remember that well, and you probably
Yeah.
know more than I do, so I could be wrong. I thought they were
Yeah.
white, but maybe
Yeah, it could be either way.
but that makes sense. That was what she meant.
Mm.
But that's when she says that she was right. How long's it been you? And she just keeps telling her, you're not going to die. And she's like, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to her. And she's like, why? I can save you. And, but she doesn't want to, she's like, from what? From who?
Mm-hmm.
And she wants to talk to her Ty. And then
Yeah, I think it's interesting that Van in the Wilderness was a spiritual one, but
yeah,
now Van's more like chill
yeah.
and more science rational, and then Ty was the one that said, I don't believe in the hocus pocus or whatever, and now she's like, the other Ty's taking over, and all this stuff is happening that's supernatural.
Yeah. Yeah.
They kind of flipped.
Yeah, no, it did. But at any rate, her heart rate, blood pressure, whatever, starts
Mm-hmm.
going back to normal and it starts to stabilize. She says you're not going to die. She asked about her blood type. That's kind of irrelevant.
Oh, positive.
Although she's not sure about her blood type, which would probably be because she's not her wife. Although not that
Yeah,
you would
but I
necessarily
like O
know your
positive.
wife.
I think. I hope it's O positive.
I know. I'm like, aren't they going to like find out if that's legit?
We'll just try it and see if it works.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. So then this is where Lottie looks like she's eating his brain.
I put gross, Lottie, gross in my
Yes,
notes.
very gross. So this
And one of my
is
favorite lines from Mari's coming up here.
yeah, I know. Misha had mentioned it earlier.
I'm getting ready.
So they're pulling the arrow, trying to get it out, and they're hurting her. And Melissa's like, I don't care, just get it out. And Jen is the only one who has forethought and is like, I don't know what she says.
There's a barb in there.
Barb at the end, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, we got to push it through. So she rips off the end and pushes it through her shoulder.
Well, before that, she comes up after, doesn't Lottie?
Yeah. Oh no, before she pushes it, Lottie says, is there anything I can do to help? And Jen's like, haven't you done enough? And she says, the strangers were going to ruin everything. And Mari says, go fuck your blood dirt, Lottie.
It's great.
And I know,
go fuck your blood dirt, Lottie. That should be on a t-shirt.
It should be. I know Misha said it somewhere. I lost her.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Yeah, it was there somewhere. I was waiting.
It should go on some kind of merch. It's a missed
What the hell is blood dirt?
I don't know. I love Mari's lines, though. She gets great lines.
No, it's a great line, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's a great line.
Well, I guess it's because they worship the gods of the blood and dirt. Like when they had Jackie whipped up that little thing in season 1 when they were having the seance, and she's like, it's a mixture of deer's blood and dirt, and they worship the gods of the blood and dirt.
I don't know, but it's interesting that Mari and Jen are not listening to her anymore, which I don't blame them. I'm just
because she's eating brain cereal.
Yes, exactly. But anyway, they get the arrow out, and
it's gross.
It is gross. And then right as they do,
those friends
holding it down, that's where she's looking at her. Can I help? And she's covered in blood. And then Hannah comes up with them. There, Melissa's looking at Shauna. Looks like she's gonna pass out.
Mm-hmm.
And Hannah's like, hi, I'm Hannah.
Got the first aid for you, honey.
Yeah.
All you use a Band-Aid. That's good.
Yeah. So and AA says, I think she said it because Lottie was on the ground playing in blood and dirt all night. Probably.
Good.
Samuel says, shows how weak their faith in or God is. 3 little hikers make them abandon their faith. Yeah, they don't.
3 hikers in the hope of going home, though.
Yes. But to be fair, I don't know that anybody other than Lottie ever really believed that crap. I think they just went along with it. I mean, it was
I don't know. I mean,
10
sometimes
minutes.
it really seems like Van is into it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Van did at times, but most of them,
Yeah.
I don't think truly believed it. And now they know that she killed somebody, so I think they're not sure
Mhm.
what to think there. So, whoops, I lost my picture here. Sorry. So Jeff is using his phone, and she says something about making a 4, and he says that he thinks they have bed bugs. And he's like, "Enjoy your vermin, Jules."
Call to
Yeah,
the
I guess
Jules.
the other places have rats. I don't know. That didn't. But she says she doesn't think it's bed bugs. That weird things happen sometimes when you're trying to fight the way things actually are.
So it's stress.
Yeah, stress basically.
Being married to Shauna.
They keep telling people keep telling themselves, or sorry, we keep telling ourselves that her mother is a good person, and all the bad stuff that happened to her couldn't be helped by. But what if she's actually a bad person? Did she ever mention and asked if she ever mentioned crossing paths with any frog scientists when she was out there in the fall? Because in the fall of '97, 2 researchers and a guide disappeared without a trace, less than 100 miles from where the Yellowjackets plane went down. And also, this is what I told you. I said, notice she has butterflies on her earrings.
Oh,
I noticed that.
that's cool. Yeah, I didn't notice that. That's a good spot.
Thank you. And he's like, with terrain like that, it's easy for somebody to get lost and they'd never find the body. And 100 miles is a long way. It's incredibly unlikely they'd ever see each other. And yeah, 100 miles when you're on foot is a long way. So it is kind of unlikely. But Callie says that the tape she got sent, she thinks is part of their research project.
Mm-hmm.
That her mother and Ty and Van all knew what it was.
Mm-hmm.
So she thinks that they both know deep down that they could have done it, which, yeah, we know that. But I mean, Callie doesn't know what's going on, or she wouldn't still be researching it. Excuse me. But I have to say, though, and this is where I question, like, is it possible that Kodiak stole that bag from somebody, took his identity, and they found the body of that guy, and that he's actually alive?
He used to hang out with Cabin Daddy.
Yeah, no Cabin Daddy.
Well, there's no Cabin anymore, so we can't really say Cabin Daddy, but he knew William Vaughn anyway.
Yeah. AA says at the end of season 2, when it's Lottie saying the darkness set us free, she's with Misty and Van, so I don't know if those two were the two that believed her the most.
Yeah, I always go to that too, because they're kind of flanking her when she has a bear heart. And I think that Van really believed in it.
Van might have. I would agree with that.
I think Misty kind of went back and forth in season 2.
Yeah. After the frog situation, I came to the conclusion it's not supernatural, even though I wanted it to be, but Ty's situation makes it feel supernatural with a hint of dissociative disorder. I've said before, I unfortunately, as much as I would like it to be, do not think any of it's supernatural. And now we know what the screams were. They were frogs, which is, I'm assuming, what she might be referencing.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it's ambiguous to the end.
Yeah, but I just, yeah, I think it's all mental. But I just question: is it possible that Kodiak got out? And Dusty, who is caught up on Yellowjackets,
yay!
I'm wondering if it's just been them all along, not an outside entity. It's very possible.
Could be.
Could be. So then Shauna is driving into Virginia, and we see a woman closing the blinds when she watches. She closes both blinds. I don't forget about it. She's watching them. And she pulls out a bag. You can't see it, but she takes out a brand new hunting knife and puts it on the seat beside her. And I also wrote down, it looked like maybe she had blood on her hand, but I couldn't tell for sure. But I guess she could have coughed on her. I don't know. And then also the song Blood Bitch by Cocteau
Twins. You don't know the Cocteau Twins?
No, I do not.
They're one of my favorites.
Oh, well, their song's playing.
Yeah, it had everything. There used to be like this label called 4AD that was really big in the like 1990s for like ethereal and goth
Wait,
bands.
what's it called? Furry
4
what?
AD. 4 is the number 4, and then AD, like a year, 4 AD.
I see.
And like Kachu Twins was on there, like early Nick Cave birthday party stuff was on there, Bauhaus was on there, Dead Can Dance, if you've heard of them, they were on
Yeah,
there.
I've
There
heard
was
that. I don't know. The only
This
thing
World
that's very
Coil. I mean, there was a lot of things that were
me
really
is
big in
the
the
name of the
90s.
episode title.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But
Blood
yeah,
Bitch Fits
no,
is a
it
good
does.
song.
It does. My hangnail's still bleeding.
I mean, the
But
soundtrack for this like season has gotten like darker. You know, with the Cure, with the one Cure song with Coach Band is taken
mhm,
away, and the PJ Harvey song, and this song.
yeah, no, yeah, it is. Um, okay, hold on. Misha says show is going out of its way to show all the stuff they think is supernatural is not after all. So maybe that means that it is. I don't know. But I thought they said something like they were giving answers to what was really out there in the woods or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. I feel like I read that somewhere. I don't know. Chris
I
said,
like it
didn't
that you
Lottie
can
have
take it either way. I like that everybody can have their
no,
opinion
yeah,
on
I
there.
do too. I'm
That's
just
cool.
sad because I want to take it the other way, but I can't make myself think it's I just don't feel like it's
Yeah.
supernatural. Chris said, didn't Lottie have premonition power as a child as she stopped her father from getting in a car
Mm-hmm.
accident? Yes, she
Yeah,
did.
both my parents.
I
Yeah.
tend to think it was a coincidence, but yes, she did.
She did the same kind of scream too.
She did. Uh, Lori says, I wonder if Shauna is going to see a different person. I feel like she lied to the others. Don't know. Maybe she knows Hannah's still alive. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know. This don't play this Jaylee Hamidi.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
just I
like
don't.
she's solidly into Alex, and I know she's probably the daughter. You know, I don't think they're gonna go too crazy with that.
No, I don't think they are either. Just me says I think it's much more creepy what's going on with Tice. I think that's a better explanation than another evil
Mm-hmm.
demon out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Misha says it's Ty. It seems to come out when she thinks her family is in danger. Yeah, I mean, she definitely has these, these two personalities, whether
Yeah.
it's a result of, I'm just going to put that there so it's brighter, whether it's a result of supernatural or not, who's to
Yeah,
say?
but it seems like other Ty was also like really interested in political office.
Hmm.
But then, you know, she did a ritual to get that job, but then she got even more obsessed with Van because other Ty's love and obsession is Van.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I think it really can go either way. Now, this is the thing we had gone to before and we never found out. Who's Jeff Winger?
Oh, Community.
Oh, that's right. We did find out. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Community. Sorry, I forgot. I was like, I thought we asked that. We did.
Yeah.
I just forgot. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Well, we've made it to the end. We actually did get under 130. I didn't think we
Mm-hmm.
would. If we have more things in the chat, we can put it.
Mm-hmm.
Mackie says I could have played adult Van. Well, thank you. Speaking of, I never watched the end of Servant. I just was thinking about that one.
How did you like Servant? Because I've never
I
seen
liked it. I just never got to see the end, and then
Mm.
I didn't have at the time. I didn't have Apple, so I never got to see the end. But I think I have
Yeah.
streamed it somewhere.
Because I've never seen that. I've never seen 6 Feet Under either.
No, 6 Feet Under. I don't know, but Servant. I mean, Servant's M Night Shyamalan. It's mystery, weird, creepy. You'll like it. I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
We should do watch party. It's fun. No,
Yeah.
I've wanted to see the end, and I just never got around to it. But
Well, I think it's fun when these shows go off season and do stuff that's adjacent, like that has the actors from it.
Yeah.
Doing other stuff.
Yes. Well, they do a lot of different projects, obviously.
Mhm.
Lori likes it too. I think it was good. I think I want to say I've seen 2 seasons. I don't think I've seen
How
the
many
last.
seasons did it have? 3?
Apparently 4, because
Wow.
I binged all 4. It
Mm.
dragged out a lot. I don't know. Like I said, I only saw I think the first half. So 6 Feet Under I did not see, but it never really looked like something that appealed to me. I don't think it was a mystery. I don't remember what is it actually. Sheila likes it too. So this is her favorite show, probably her favorite show ever. I don't even know what it's about, if I'm honest. I mean, I know a lot of people like it, but I'm typing it in.
You should at least put this photo on Joe McHale instead of just 3 days later.
I can do that. I can do that. There was a good photo.
Or the frogs. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, let's just leave it with that. No, there's a good photo of him though.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Or that.
There you go.
Oh, the thruffle's nice too. Like the thruffle, like the kids in the front.
Good. It's all good. It says when laced with irony, dark. The show.
We just wanted to show the frogs for you, like frog orgies out there.
Yeah. It's about death and business. I'm assuming like a mortuary or something. Oh, operates a funeral home. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really sound like my kind of show, but I mean that's not to say it's not. I mean, I didn't think I'd like Yellowjackets. I do like it now. I think that if it didn't have good characters and mystery, I don't know that I'd be watching it, but I do enjoy it. I'm here for the frog prawn. Yeah, we're here for the frog prawn.
Yep. So everybody's come here for.
Yep. It's all good. Now that's
heart ones to the heart ones.
Yeah, they were funny though.
I'm glad they gave them this like almost full backstory. There's a lot of like shows that have like side characters that are on an episode and they don't get any kind of backstory like this.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't necessarily get super far in the story because they took time with the backstory, but I liked it. I liked that they gave them that story. And I think that these characters are super important because I think that this is gonna potentially lead to their rescue. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. So yep. All right. Well, unless the chat has more they want to talk about, I think
you guys have any questions for us or anything you want to debate?
Yeah, if you guys have
anybody want to call in,
mention. Yeah, well, I can put I have the link here somewhere. I think. Let me see. Link here. There we go. Linky. If somebody wants to comment, there you go. Just if you haven't been commenting in the chat and we don't know who you are, or we won't recognize your YouTube or not YouTube, your StreamYard name, whatever it's going to pop up, let us know in the chat that you're gonna call so we know who you are. So we know you're not going to post porn on our channel, frog porn or otherwise.
Oh yeah, especially frog porn.
Yeah.
So who do you think at this point killed Lottie?
I'm still kind of thinking maybe Callie, I guess, at this point.
Why?
Because of the DNA thing, but that's why I said I'm not sure.
No, but why would she kill her? That's what I'm asking.
I don't know, unless it's because she tried to kill her mother in the forest.
Oh, so you think that was all an act with her hanging out with her to get to know her?
Yeah, it was maybe to get more information, and then she realized she was that nuts. I don't know. She's really the only, I guess, my most obvious suspect, because I don't know that Alex makes sense. I guess it could be. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm not really sure. I kind of sometimes think it might have been Shauna. But I think somebody could have also planted that somehow. I mean, Walter, he always does this mastermind planning stuff, and it's kind of far-fetched, but maybe. Or he's just lying about the DNA in the first place.
Totally be lying. It's hard to tell with Walter. AA says
because my evidence is that he just kept writing Misty about Shauna, and Shauna wasn't getting back with him, and he was having a little fit about it.
It's like, I'm gonna charge you with murder or get you accused of murder.
Well, it's a twofer because then he gets Misty back because he proves that her friends are not good friends.
True. I think Walter or whoever is stalking them, a small percent of me feels like it was an inside job done by her family. Like the plane. By Lottie's family. Yeah, I said I could see it being her father and that's why he tried to cover it. I just don't know that, like, I would know why. Like, I feel like that's kind of a cop-out if it's her father, but it also makes sense at the same time. So I don't know. Just me says, I think Callie is low-key nutty, worse than Shauna even. I definitely think Callie's nutty. That's a yes. Lori says, Joe McHale is going to give them a hard time. He's not going to go down without a fight. I agree. Fight. AA says, I think Van's going to die this season, but I hope not. I think she might.
I hope.
think
I
they
hope
all
if
might
she.
eventually.
Yeah, I hope if she dies on her own terms.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Okay, another question: who brought the tape back?
Yeah,
Who do
I
you
feel like
think?
it wouldn't have necessarily survived that long in the wild, but like you said, it was inside a player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it was random that somebody found it.
Mm-hmm.
I said I think it's possible that maybe Kodiak made it out alive and had it. It's
Mm-hmm.
possible Natalie brought it back and it was in her storage unit. I kind of want to go back and look at all the stuff in her storage unit because she had tapes and stuff there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like with her CDs and stuff. Maybe
Yeah, regular cassettes.
Yeah, well, we should look. Maybe there's one hidden in there that's
It's
that
in the
tape.
Fine Young Cannibals like cassette
Might
case.
be. So I could see that. I guess it's possible her family came back looking for her. I just don't think it's like some random person found it because why would they care enough to try to kill her and kill them? And why would they wait 25 years? But maybe that's the point too. Maybe they didn't find it until 25 years later. Like maybe they found no evidence and then it all of a sudden came to light because the 25 years is the weird thing.
Well, also though, people did that expose and everything. Like, when the people go 25 years later, 20 years anniversary, because that's what the magazine was like, and maybe people read that, and somebody's got the tape, and they're like, time to go blackmail someone.
Yeah, it's true. Chris says odds for Lottie's killer. Shauna 2-1, Mulder 5-1, Dark Tie 5-1, Jeff 1,000-1. AA says Nat brought it back or Walter went to get it. Or it has to do with the military and Kodiak brought it back. Like I said, I do think that's a possibility.
Or, I mean, if the search party comes through after them, they might have searched the whole area and somebody might have found it.
Yeah, but I would think it would have been before now. She had the satchel bag.
Well, I mean, and when they picked them up in 1998.
That's true. Yeah, but why would they wait that long though? Like to release the evidence? But I know
I don't know. Didn't listen to it.
True, but
too long. Didn't listen to it.
People did have said that though, that the bag she has looks like the bag that was in Natalie's locker. So it's very possible, but I would question why it happened after Nat died if that's the case. They would have to have known where to find it in the log. Yeah, unless she survived, which I don't know about. Isn't it weird we haven't heard anything about Ab's case this entire season?
It is weird.
It is weird, but I'm wondering if that
people hated it.
Move on, yeah. Didn't even find out what happened to the cop Walter framed. I feel like that storyline's over though. I don't know that I think they're going to go back.
I feel like they started closing as soon as Juliette Lewis left. They kind of took out her, took out Kevin. Travis was dead. They took out Lottie. I feel like that whole plot line has just been obliterated. All the actors.
I'm not sure what you mean, Misha. Nat's old friend, the old friend, the cop. If you mean Kevin, he got killed by Walter, and it was blamed, or he made the other cop keep quiet. It wasn't blamed on
Matt. Yeah, Matt Saracusa.
When Misty goes to Matt's storage unit, you can see Hannah's bag. Yeah, I would really like to go back through and compare them. So many big screen captures. I'm sure somebody did. So yeah, that would be interesting if that's the case. But again, why did it not happen? I mean, I could say maybe Nat found it and was sitting on the tape and then she died. But if so, that's why it didn't happen till now. But then I have to question who would have taken it out of her storage unit. I guess Walter could have. So maybe Walter has absolutely nothing.
Yeah, he did have the key, yeah.
Yeah, maybe Walter has absolutely nothing to do with these froggers, but he found it and he's like, oh, this is fun. And he decides.
Yeah, it's a game, yeah.
It's hard to know.
Hey, Shauna, I'm going to frame her.
Yep.
How dare she not return my text?
Yeah, I'm gonna get her in prison.
Yeah, I could think that little things probably affect Walter a lot. Just a little tiny jab and then you're framed for murder.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Well, we're almost at 1:30. That's 2.5 hours. It's been less time this time. I think we've done less than we normally do. We did go faster. I tried to move faster. think I did a better job.
But we also didn't have an interview, and we're also
We
weren't
also
doing
didn't
the
have an interview.
credits or something extra.
True. And we didn't.
And plus,
we
there was
weren't
a lot
alone.
of there was a lot of action in this episode, so it isn't like we have to go through dialogue. It's more like people chasing after each other in the woods.
Yeah, that's true. Oh wait, there was no news about Jessica found dead in the trash in her care. What am I missing? Jessica.
But Jessica Roberts, because Misty,
Yeah. Because
yeah.
she
See,
was
that
in the
was the thing. It
car
was
and she made
like,
it look like an
well,
accident, I think is the
yeah,
point
because
of
like
that.
Kevin Tan was like, he was like in Walter's masterminding this. He had some kind of emails that led both Adam's and Jessica's death to Kevin Tan.
Yeah, they just blamed it.
Which I felt bad because the guy had a kid and everything, and now he's like this
poor guy didn't
disgraced
do
cop.
anything.
Yeah, he didn't do
Yeah.
anything. He just loved Natalie. And that was his mistake.
What if Walter's related to Jackie? That's a possibility.
Oh, I wish somebody was related to Jackie. That'd be kind of fun. I mean, I like to see like Shauna's parents. I like to see Shauna's parents. I like to see other people's. You know, you don't get to see a lot of their families.
More backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I would too.
Or siblings, if any of them have siblings. I mean, we know Akila has a sister that had because she had a nephew.
We haven't though. Like it's a big cast, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The more we talk, the more it seems like something is off about Walter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It very well might be. That's why I'm saying I don't know that I even trust what Walter said. I think he might have made the whole thing up. A says, I think they're saving us seeing their families and backstory for when they get rescued, whatever season we get that. That is definitely a possibility.
Could be this season.
Walter is a male Misty and Officer Pro, right? I don't know.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Those crazy kids got to get back together.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know that was going to go off. I was going to look and say, I know that the, hold on. The next episode is called what? I remember reading it or what it was. A Normal Boring Life.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 9th episode is called How the Story Ends, and the 10th is called Full Circle. So I definitely think that they could be rescued by the end of the season. I'm assuming that's it. There's only 3 episodes, it looks like, left. I hate that we're getting close to the end of the season.
Yeah. So. It's hard because there's such an overlap with Severance. I wish there would have been Severance and then Yellowjackets.
Yeah, like now it's like it's like go, and now it's like, what do we do now? So we have to decide what we're gonna cover.
Yeah.
Tell us what you want to see. See,
yeah,
I would
tell us what you want to see.
I would like to cover something that's like a show we like that's like a rewatch show. But the problem is just because we want to rewatch something, I don't know that like a live stream people necessarily want to cover a rewatch, you know? Like I would suggest like Dollhouse or the OA or something, but I don't know that people are going to watch it. Yeah, I don't know. I had an idea. What I wonder too, see, it's not just Discord though, because otherwise I was wondering if it would be fun to do like I don't know, like a weekly movie or something and pick like some kind of movie that's got crazy stuff that's diveable, right? And like have everybody vote and pick a movie and do that every week. But again, that's like older stuff. I don't know if people would actually watch it or not, but it's an idea.
I guess that's what polls are for.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Let us know in Discord what you guys want to see though, please. But yeah.
Or anything new you want to see.
Yeah. Whatever you want to see or you want to watch or whatever, tell us. We're trying to decide what to do. But please like the video, leave comments on it outside of the chat to help the algorithm. Subscribe to SciFi Vision. You can check out all our videos under the video tab, our live shows under the live tab, of course. And there are interviews from Severance, the Yellowjackets, all kind of stuff in there. So make sure you check it out. We have a Roundup show on Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern with me and Karen. That is for, I always have to think, Rachel, Wheel of Time, 9 Bodies in a Mexican Morgue, Daredevil. Will soon include Doctor Who as well. So yeah, that's on Tuesday. And then Sunday, of course, we come back for Yellowjackets, We have a Yellowjackets watch party Thursday at midnight. Well, Thursday into Friday at midnight when it drops. And again at 9:30, like we did tonight, before we have the live stream again at 11. And the link for Discord is in the chat. So please join if you haven't for all that information. And also, of course, we have Vanessa Prasad, who plays Jen, Teen Jen, who will be coming on the 27th, Thursday. So, and then you have your next show is tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow. Yes, me and Julie are splitting up our Severance finale into 2 nights.
Yay. So yeah.
The first night, Monday around 10:15 EST, on Julie B Deep Dives' his channel, Mark Eller, friend of our channels, is going to be on for an interview. And then we'll have some talk later after we're done with the interview, and then we're going to have one on Tuesday as well, and that'll be more the theorizing one.
Yes, I was going to say
we're not going to have a From rewatch or a From thing on Wednesday because that's a lot.
It is a lot. I was going to say our Severance one was last night, and we had Mark, but I think we went like 5 hours. So yeah. It's a lot. The finale had a lot going on. I don't know how we made it that long, but also, like I always say, make sure you keep checking our YouTube at SciFi Vision, as well as scifivision.com for all of our interviews, because there are some that are not on video. Said before, some of the stuff we have coming: Leverage, Hunting Party, more 9 Bodies in a Mexican Morgue, Reacher, lots of stuff. I am way too busy. That's for sure.
We're too busy than not busy enough.
Yeah. Well, it's always one or the other. No, but it's fun though. I enjoy doing it. But that stuff is all to come. Yeah. Well, I guess that's it. We made it to 1:30. I think we did pretty good. It's 1:31. So there you go. We did good.
We should have put up a poll. We should put up a poll about Joe McHale. Missed opportunity.
We'll have to think of one for next week. Now that I'm doing poll.
I'm glad he lived.
Yeah, no, I'm glad he lived too. Hopefully he'll leave another. I'm also kind of surprised that that nothing happened crazy to Jen, because since wanted to wait this week till the interview, I thought maybe something was going to happen, but she did have a bigger part. So maybe that was it. I don't know.
We'll have to ask her about that arrow scene where she's pushing the arrow through.
Definitely will. We definitely will have to ask about that. But thank you everybody for tuning in, and especially if you stayed this whole time. Please tell people. We're trying to build up the channel. I know a lot of you have stayed the majority of the night, and we really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time, and let us know also what kind of watch parties you want to have. I was going to say, I think Daredevil's the next thing that's on. I don't know that, and we got to do our Awake watch party. Now that I went and bought that, I'm waiting to see it. So did you ever watch that Awake?
No.
Okay, well, you have to watch it. It's good. Plus it's got Jason Isaacs, so that's a plus too. But no, it's a really good show. Regardless of Jason Isaacs, it's a really good show. It's about.
You gotta watch The White Lotus.
Huh? Yeah, I know we gotta watch. I'm totally willing to cover White Lotus if we just do the one season. I just have not started. I really want to, but he's also, what the heck? I don't want to give the wrong name, but there's another show he's in, and I mentioned this the other day. He's in I don't remember what network it is. That's why I'm looking it up. Hold on.
Okay.
He's coming up in something else. Words of War. It's a Sean Penn project. It is, I'm trying to see what it says here. It should have a description. It's about journalist Anna, I don't know how to say her name, Politkovskaya. I think it's supposed to be based on a true story, but yeah, Sean Penn.
It was at Julie's. I'd be ringing a bell for Mackie right about now.
Let's pull. Well, wait. Let's pull what? Pull which? If you want to watch White Lotus, I'm not sure what they want for the poll.
Your favorite thing Joe McHale has been in?
Yes, but you have to have options. I'd have to type them all out.
It'd be like the bear community, card sharks.
Yeah, you guys be thinking, how's that? Because if by the time I type it out, we'd have to sit around and wait for people to vote. So how about be thinking and we'll.
No, Mackie, no. He's not dead next episode. Never.
Oh,
Kodiak will never
I kind of
die.
feel like bringing him in that they would put him in for more than one episode. I would
They
hope.
consider him a survivalist. I hope he survives more than like a couple episodes.
Yeah, I hope he does too. I just know him from X-Files, but you know what? Well, and I kind of remember Talk Soup. But you know what? Does it have listed what episodes he's in? I know it's not always accurate, but
I don't know. IMDb is always all over the place, so I just don't trust it.
A lot of times it's inaccurate, but I was gonna look and see.
Ever since they told me that like Elia Shaw Cat was going to be in all 10 episodes of Severance, and she was not.
Who?
The girl from Arrested Development.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
They had her and other people listed as all 10 episodes, and then they were all one and done. So it's kind of disappointing.
Well, they do that so you don't know. According to this, he's in next week, and that's all it says. So, and they spelled his name wrong one of the times, at least, because
they did.
The one it says Kodiak Cody, and for episode 8 they spelled it with a Y. I assume it's with an I. That's what the caption said when they
Kodiak Cody.
No, the 7 says Kodiak and then like Cody and like a nickname Cody. But it says Kodi, and episode 8 says Kody. So somebody screwed up something, but it does say he's in next week. And when you say rewatch X-Files, you mean the real X-Files. What do you mean? What's not the real X-Files?
The 90s X-Files is the only real X-Files.
Yeah, well, yeah,
I meant Lone Gunman.
Yeah, I mean the originals, the real, they're all real, but that's the real one. Parallel is a really good movie. Okay, now which Parallel? Because there's more than one thing called Parallel. You mean the one that was going to be a series that was canceled, where it's kind of like a Sliders thing, and they get stuck in other universes? Because that show was awesome, and I waited for that thing to be a series, and it was going to be a series, and then it never was made. I'm assuming that's what they mean, but yes, I would be. You're ringing the bell. I would be very
not
happy.
to ring it. He said I wouldn't, and I won't.
But I will. Okay. You will, yeah. Of course you will. I actually would really love to do an X-Files rewatch. It's been a while. And we also okay. No, that's the newer parallel universe. That's our parallel. That's the one with Aldous Hodge in it. I started to watch it. I didn't finish it. I feel like I'm always saying that. I'm running out of time all the time. I never have enough time to watch stuff. I started watching it. I didn't finish it. But the other parallel was much better. I had a hard time getting into this one. I need to finish watching it. But I was going to say something, and I completely lost track of what I was going to say.
You're going to say Joe McHale's the greatest?
No, it was... It was. You love Fargo. I know what I was going to say. Karen and AJ and I were also going to be doing a show for The Last of Us when it starts. I don't know whether we're going to cover the first season or not.
You can do a rewatch.
Rewatch if people want to do it, but I don't know whether we'll be doing a live stream of season 1. But we're definitely doing a live stream of season 2. I'd love to do a rewatch. I'm actually doing a rewatch right now. I'll still rewatch it, but I'm rewatching it on my DVDs because I bought them in 4K, so I want to see them in 4K. We're doing that, and then I'm not sure what else we got to really discuss. Might be doing some Dead City. We usually cover that either way, but I know Lori wants to do Dead City. So yeah, lots of discussion needs to be had and figured out what's going on. But I'm down for doing stuff. I'm enjoying.
I want to do Wednesday.
You want to do Wednesday? Yes, I am happy to do.
And Alien Earth, whenever Alien Earth appears.
I just wish we knew when the new season of Wednesday comes out. Like I hate that there's no date. That's what.
Both of those shows are projected for the summer 2025, whatever that means.
Yeah, that doesn't mean a lot of anything.
Yeah.
Last of Us is depressing though, isn't it? Because Misha's saying I'm not crying, you're crying. I had forgotten how depressing it was.
My boyfriend, you play the games?
I have not finished them because I got stuck. But yes, I've played the game somewhat.
Yeah, the first game ends very tragically, horribly. Just I don't really want to watch the show. Kind of horrible.
Well,
Kind of
I
like
mean,
that was an amazing game, but I don't really
I
want
would
to
say
experience it again.
because I was going to say I think the ending I thought that was the bad ending you're talking about. I thought was partially into the second game. Because it's not until the second season. If you're talking about what I think you're talking about,
Hmm.
but yeah, watch the show though. It's really good. You like that kind of stuff. I think you'd like it.
I like dark comedy things. I don't know if I
No,
like that.
it's not. I mean, it's definitely
I
well,
mean,
you
I'm
know,
willing to
some
give
of it's
anything a
funny.
shot to
Some
see,
of it's
but I
funny.
know the
I
video
wouldn't
game and it's
classify it dark
depressing.
comedy, but it's some of it's funny because I was
Yeah.
really laughing earlier. They have these really bad puns, and I always crack up at the one where she says, "Did you know diarrhea is hereditary? It runs in your genes." So bad.
Ew.
It's so bad, but it cracks me up every time.
Elementary school humor.
Yes, yes. Oh my god. You know, it's a slow burn. It is a slow burn. AA is saying it is a slow burn. I don't know that it's yeah, it's not it's depressing somewhat, but considering that it moves pretty quick and there's only like I think 8 episodes, it's not too bad.
Hmm.
But not as depressing as The Walking Dead. That's also a good point. The Walking Dead can be very depressing. I mean,
Hmm.
really any apocalyptic show without happy endings can be
Or
can
else
be
something like Fallout where they did a little spin on it.
yeah. And that's the other thing too. Melanie Linsky is in Last of Us. I'm actually at the
Oh,
point.
we should do a watch. We should do a watch party on Heavenly Creatures, the movie she did with Kate Winslet.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that. When you
Yeah,
say
it's got
Heavenly
like it's like the 30th anniversary. They were making a
yeah,
big
that
deal
makes
about it.
me think when you say that, it makes me think of Beautiful Creatures, which is a completely different movie,
It's
but it's
not.
what it makes me think of.
People keep
Is not.
saying beautiful creatures too, and I'm like, it's not beautiful creatures.
No,
That's a
well,
different thing.
I like well, I don't want to say I like that movie. I like that book a lot. The movie
Mhm.
really butchered the book. I enjoyed the movie, but I feel like I would have enjoyed the movie more if I hadn't read the book. That's one of those things, you know.
But you
Um,
should watch Heavenly Creatures.
yeah, I'll have to. But yeah, we gotta. It's totally worth
Heavenly
watching.
Creatures shocked me. I'm not. I mean, it was just kind of like it was an amazing movie.
I'll just try that. Sweet Pea, I watched part of. Another one
I like
again that I
Sweet
never
Pea.
had time to
I binge
finish.
Sweet Pea.
I hate that a lot of stuff I watch and then I run out of time and I don't. It's
Mhm.
because I have to watch so much of the stuff I cover. That's the problem. And a lot of
Well,
times they send it in chunks and then I never get to see the end.
yeah. Like Stars had a free weekend on my cable, so I just binged Sweet Pea because there are like 6 episodes.
Yeah, I think I must have seen like half of it.
Yeah, I started watching Sweet Bitter, but there really wasn't a lot of time to get into it because it's only a weekend.
I'm not sure what that is.
It's another show with El Pennell in it called with Sweet in the title, Sweet Bitter and Sweet Pea.
Yeah. The game
Girl
and
gets around.
the game and the show are different, but they're also very similar because a lot of the stuff in the show, like some of it's shot scene for scene pretty much, which is pretty cool. But there are things that are added in the show that aren't in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we stayed up all night and then it dawned on me. You're right. That's another one of the puns. There's a lot of bad puns, but I don't know. That one made me laugh. I made him laugh too because it's supposed to actually make me laugh, but it made me laugh. The bloater from the show was disappointing. You know what? All I have to say is the bloater from the game pissed me off because I can't beat the damn bloater. That is why I am stuck at Last of Us Part 1. I got to the gymnasium. I have read all of the things I can and watched videos on how to beat that damn thing. And no matter what I do, I cannot beat it. And I got mad at the game and I quit. That is my story. Because I really wanted to finish it. I just got so stuck I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't do. Lori says we should do White Lotus. I want to watch White Lotus if you want to. I'm totally down with White Lotus, but just this season, I don't know that I would be able to invest time to do the other.
But it's got like a mystery to it. We could do like a watch where I've seen it, you haven't, and we could you could guess what's gonna happen, or we could guess what's gonna happen. What the mystery is.
Yeah, we could. Or
it's just like a mystery each season.
Yeah, but no, I mean, if people want to see that, I'm fine with covering that. I just didn't know how long it is, like all the seasons together, if it's too much. But then again, I guess if they're short seasons, really, we could probably bang out the whole thing. I
Yeah.
watched the beginning of it. I remember seeing the beginning of it because I
Yeah.
must have gotten screeners for something because I remember seeing the first few episodes and then
Mhm.
I don't know what happened. I guess I probably didn't get the interviews and then I never went back to it. But that would be good to cover because it's probably got more coming, right?
I think it only has one episode left.
No,
Are
but
they
I mean,
like 6 episodes a season?
but I mean, is there like another season?
Probably. I think Mike White was like tuned in the 3 and 4. You know how they give you like a contract like American Horror Story gets a couple seasons? I think he did too from HBO.
I don't know, but I just mean the problem is with some shows is like I've said before, if there's shows that aren't coming back, I don't know whether people would watch live streams or not.
I think with like White Lotus, because it's anthology, it's not ongoing.
Right, and it's a newer
Each season
show.
complete.
Yeah, and it's a newer show, so people might.
Yeah.
But watching something super old, they might not. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Tell us, go in my Discord and give us some thoughts, and we're going to be deciding. But yeah, we're probably going to do Wasted Wednesday night. Is that what we were? Yeah, Wednesday night is
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay.
The TV show, not the night.
Oh, the TV show. Yeah. What am I thinking? I'm sorry. We don't know what day we're going to do, but we're going to do something.
We're going to do something.
Wednesday's cool too. I enjoyed Wednesday a lot. I really did.
Yeah.
I just wish.
Also has a mystery.
Yeah, it has a mystery. You are correct. Why Women Kill season 2 would be really good to cover a lot of mystery. Wasn't that was out a while ago though, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to look up some different things, The other thing is we could even do one where we did, like I said, we could do, crazy movies and dive them, or maybe do movies that have actors from.
Sure.
I'm just trying to think of ideas, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out. I wish you watched Doctor Who. I'd like to do a show specifically with Doctor Who, or even like Leverage. I love that. That's not really dive. It doesn't have a lot to dive, but I like it a lot. Surreal Estate, that's coming up. We will be covering that on my Tuesday show, but that is a good show and is a sci-fi show. But again, I don't know that there's.
I kind of miss Resident Alien and Reginald Vampire.
I miss Resident Alien too. I like Resident Alien. What was the
other
other
one? That got canceled?
Resident Alien. No, it's coming back.
Oh, it's coming back? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it's just going to be a while. And yeah, Reginald the Vampire, that I don't think is coming back.
What a bummer. I like that show a lot.
No, I did too. Yeah, I did too.
I'm glad you know what I'm talking about because most people don't.
No, yeah, I do. I covered that. Because I was surprised. I did an interview with the main guy. I didn't think I'd get him, and I did. He was really nice. But
cool.
Yeah, I like that show. I also like the Ark. We were covering the Ark on our other show, Dark Winds. I watched Dark Winds. I like Dark Winds.
I like Dark Winds. We should cover Dark Winds.
Yeah, we can cover Dark Winds.
I don't know how many people would like it, but I like it.
Well, I mean, some things I watch, I don't expect to be my kind of show, and I watch them to cover them. And I did interviews, but I really enjoyed it. It's different. It's not what I would expect to like, but I do like it. Yeah, I'd be cool with that too.
Has the one guy from Westworld on it? It's a plus?
Yes, that's a plus.
Good actors?
I'm at, I want to say episode 6. Is there 8? I forget how many there is. I'm sure I'm further along than what's come on up though. But yeah, I enjoy that show. Because the one episode coming up is really cool. I'm just trying to think. I think I want to say it's episode 6. But yeah, I just put up not that long ago the interview with Jessica Matten, who plays Bernadette. So I had also doing Mythic Quest, Side Quest. I like, Mythic Quest I really like. I didn't expect to necessarily like it because like I said before, I'm not a comedy person. I don't like a lot of sitcoms and stuff, but I think I like it because it's like a geeky, nerdy thing and about video games. I really, really enjoy it. I want to go back and start that from the beginning. And as for Doctor Who, I'm assuming you're asking about Mackie. Yeah, they don't switch them every season. They switch them every so many seasons, but yeah, they do switch actors. But we do at least review that on our Tuesday show. but I know Scarlet does not watch it. You should. It's a good show, but it's definitely not.
I've watched it on and off. It's a very long show. It's been on forever.
Yeah, well, you don't have to watch the ones from the like decades ago, though. I mean, you can start with the
Yeah, but
newer
why
ones
not?
from
Some of those are fun.
2000. No, they are. I'm just saying you don't have to see. Somebody's messaging me.
Yeah, I actually volunteered at a Doctor Who convention, and I got to listen to all the doctors and the companions, and I really gravitated towards Ace, and I kind of want to dress like her and everything.
Oh yeah, she's cool.
Yeah,
I remember they had a lot of during COVID. They had a lot of virtual conventions,
yeah.
and she attended some of them. But yeah, I have not seen all the classic. Actually, I've seen some of the classic. I've seen all the newer show, but not all the classic. They're hard to find, but I'd like to go back and watch them all. But there's a lot. There is a lot. But if somebody wants to watch it, like you definitely don't have to see the classic.
Well, it's the longest running show on BBC, right?
Well, technically, since it started in the 70s, unless you count,
it started like in the
I
thought it started in the
pretty
50s.
Much the longest any. No, well, no, wait. Now that you said that, why did I say 70s? It is the 50s. Why did I say 70s? Yeah. I'm pretty sure you're right, and I have no idea why I said that. I think the ones that I watched that were the classic ones were from the 70s, and that's why I'm seeing that, because they're right. I think it was like the end of the 50s.
Yeah, it might be some of those 50s episodes are lost of time.
It lists 1963, but I feel like the first one might have come out.
Yeah.
The first episode I feel like came out late 50s. I don't know. I have actually seen the first one.
Oh wow, okay.
The very first one. Yeah, I bought the DVD of Unearthly Child. I had watched it. But there's also spin-offs, and there's a spin-off coming too, which is awesome. Use Molotov cocktails to defeat the bloaters. Keep the ground high ground too. How do you keep the high ground? It's in a gymnasium. What I'm talking about is in a gymnasium, because I think we're still with what's his face? I can't even think of his name. The guy that's part of the couple. He hasn't died yet. The one, and I think he's with us. And I know we're in a gymnasium, and I don't even know how many Molotov cocktails I have, but I just know that I couldn't. It was in a gymnasium. Because I know I'm reading things. Some of them say on YouTube, like you can just run away and let the AI beat it. Yeah, that didn't work. And I have it on easy in case anybody's wondering. I turn it.
That was going to be my opinion.
Yeah, no. I when I play games, I try to put them on normal for the majority of the game. But when it gets something like that, I turn it back to easy, and I could not.
Well, I turn it on easy all the time. Or if it just has a story about a lot of violent elements, I'll just turn on that.
Yeah. I love like the exploring games. I love Tomb Raider and Uncharted. I wish they'd make an Uncharted series. That movie really was crappy compared to the game story. But yeah. But yeah, I will try that. I don't know that it will help me, but I will try it. I don't even copy something. You can't even copy. How the hell do you copy that? I was gonna copy it because I'll forget, and I don't even think I can copy it. StreamYard's weird. Oh, the bleachers. Okay. Yeah. And we are getting really, really off topic, aren't we? But sorry, guys. But I do want to do. I'm willing and totally open to doing a Last of Us rewatch before the new season if you guys want to. Like I said, I'm watching it right now, so I'm like okay doing it or not doing it. It's only if people want to do it. But if you haven't seen it, you should watch it, Scarlett. I think you would like it. It is depressing kind of in places, but I think what you're talking about, the ending, I think is season 2. I think what you're talking about, because I don't know if it might actually be in the end of game 1 and I'm wrong, but it's definitely not in the end of season 1 if you're talking about what I think you are. And I don't want to say it in case, as I don't want to
I don't want to spoil for anybody.
No, but yeah. But it's I think you'd like it. You seem to like that kind of dark stuff. But no, I would not classify it as dark humor. It does have.
No, I like stuff like Yellowjackets. This is my favorite show.
Yeah.
Gauge everything from Yellowjackets on.
To be fair, I wouldn't really classify Yellowjackets as dark humor either. I mean, the present storyline can be funny. The present storyline has a good bit of humor.
Well, the change storyline this episode had a lot of humor.
No, I said the stuff in that, usually the stuff in the present more so than the stuff there. But
yeah. I like a mix of a bunch of genres all together. If you can
But
give me that, that's great. I like original ideas. That's why I like from Severance and Yellowjackets. It's like a holy trinity because they're all original ideas. They have moments of darkness. They have moments of levity.
Yeah. Well,
it's hard to find replacements.
Last of Us does have some comedic moments in it, and the friendship between the two main characters is really good. Mm-hmm. And I think it really makes it worth it. I like it a lot. And it's written really well. The game's written really well too. That's why they turned it into a series. But I mean it's a good story. I don't know that I would say it's unique in the sense that it's an apocalyptic. I mean, there's lots of apocalyptic shows. I would say it's fairly unique, but a lot of stories have copied off of it. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, was it unique when it first came out? The idea, maybe, kind of. It's not exactly zombies. It's kind of zombies, but not really. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's good. You should try it. I think you'd like it. But yeah, it's not mystery. All right. Well, I think now that we have sidetracked completely, we somehow still have people listening to us. But you said you wanted to leave at 1:30, and now we've gone till 2. We were intending.
That's fine.
To 1:30.
I'll just go to bed now.
Yeah,
I was gonna hit bed as soon as I get off of this crazy thing. Yeah, it is getting late. But thank you everybody who listened. Like I said, go to Discord. Give us ideas. Let us know what you want to do. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Samuel, for the Last of Us help. I will be trying it. Why would a Doctor Who's convention scare you away? Don't be scared away by conventions. Although I don't think I've actually. The one I volunteered at was good in California.
Doctor Who, but I mean, Whovians can be intense. I'm not going to say they can't be, but Doctor Who's awesome. But yeah, thank you for listening. I'm glad you're entertained, Misha.
Are you not entertained?
Come back go to Julie's channel to hear Scarlet tomorrow, and
hear us talk for 8 hours.
Now. I say tomorrow.
Even if you don't like Severance, just go on.
Yeah, and then
Mark Eller will answer just about any question apparently. So put him in the chat.
Yep, jump in the chat for that, and then Tuesday join myself and Karen and AJ for our weekly roundup. And if you want to just know about one of the shows and you don't want to hear all of them, I always in Discord chat put when we're moving on, because I know we do cover a lot of different shows, and I know some people only watch some of them. But we do watch different ones. All right, guys, I think that's it for me. Time for sleep. But it's nice talking to you again, Scarlet, and good night, everybody.
Buzz, buzz, everybody.
Buzz, buzz, buzz. And don't forget, Thursday, we have Vanessa coming for Yellowjackets. So at 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay, good night.
Enjoy your frog orgies, everyone.
Yeah.